Hello everyone and welcome! You are once again watching the PS4 tournaments, right? This is the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition, our latest week of intercontinental combat. My name's Ketchup, joined by Mitsuones from Germany. What's up, bro? And it's good to have you.
Thank you very much. It's good to finish the night together. And yeah, man, this has been a long and brutal week of Mortal Kombat 11 action. Oceania is done, EU East is done, and final to finish off this Sunday, we will have EU West. And boy, oh boy, is this bracket looking stacked, Ketchup.
It really, really, really is. I mean, let's just run through kind of talk about the characters and the matchups that we know we're going to expect here. So we're starting things off with Video Games Yo versus Asadamasa. A long-standing rivalry, I think, where historically Video Games Yo does get the upper hand, but it requires different characters. After that, Raichu versus Zoka. Now that is going to be Cabal from Zoka versus whoever Raichu chooses, and there's a wide kind of variety of characters. Sweet Frazier, my personal favorite Noob Saibot to watch, versus Uvility. And then it's VLJV, bringing it back. I know he did really well last time, but I believe that was on a different account, so I don't actually think his points carry over. Versus Merca. I don't think so. I mean, we'll see how it works, but he entered on a separate account, so I do think it might separately be different. That's just me thinking out loud, by the way. Do not quote me on that. But this is very much, I think, this is VLJV, right? This is him back. Definitely the Leatherface of Mortal Kombat X. I think he's got the absolute best Leatherface out there. And it's great to see him do well here in Mortal Kombat 11, Mitsuones.
I mean, I'm just happy that he actually opted to go with his actual name.
Yeah, me too.
But to be fair, I highly respect his choice to not make it public who he actually is, because, you know, just making the tournament in and of itself can be nerve-wracking. But, you know, having people recognize you and cheer for you, or on the other side, you know, root against you, can be nerve-wracking. So I definitely respect the choice. But, you know, now to the nitty-gritty, tries to market himself as well as VL. And, you know, I'm happy to see him once again in the bracket. Yeah, man, that patented Leatherface from Mortal Kombat 11. I mean, definitely been infamous for the character, that's for sure.
I've never fought someone that presses buttons so much. Now, on that note, what we are here for is PS4 tournaments. It is a one-stop shop, 100% for everything, really, in the competitive MK11 online space, and it's done through compete.playstation.com. Not just the Pro Competition, but the official Open Series, which is every single Tuesday. There is an invitational tournament on the Monday, where it's weekly cash prizes, and then a monthly finals. The next Open Series, which you can sign up to right now, is this coming Tuesday for the invitational, but the tournament takes place on Monday. So keep that in mind. And then if you do well in that, you can get invited back to the monthly finals, where there's more cash, more prizes in-game as well. And it's generally all round a good time. It's easy. It's done through the system. The PS4, we're in an age now where you can just get the app on your PS4, sign up on the Play website, and that's it. But you know what, Mitsuone's enough of that, because now it's going to be Video Games Yo and Asadamasa.
Fujin, huh? To battle Asadamasa Cetrion. Interesting choice.
But it's something that Video Game Yo almost exclusively uses for Cetrion, I find. Now, is it Cloudwalker? No. All right, so finally, I got to say, he has finally started to play Ultimate Fujin, because he used to play Cloudwalker against Cetrion, and we couldn't figure out why, because he just plays the same way, but Cloudwalker is simply more meter intensive. Now he has decided to go in with the Fujin that costs less meter. So arguably, he's actually got an even better chance in an already historically successful matchup. Let's go, Mitch.
Here we go then. First match of the EU West Week 4. It's going to be Asadamasa versus Video Games Yo. Finds the crushable early.
Oh, and he goes for the immediate grab. Lovely tech, though, there from Asadamasa. And now the emphasis on zoning out Fujin, a character with some of the best mobility in the entire game. Look at that wave dash. And goes very far.
On the ground or in the air. Very evasive, this character.
But in theory, it's going to give Video Games Yo a lot more utility. You know, when he played Cloudwalker before, even after Ultimate, going in with this variation where you simply take Arsenal instead of that air parry, it means that everything you can do is unchanged, but at the same time, now everything costs you less meter. The forward 3 fatal blow, the Fujin classic. And that could actually be the round, because that fatal blow does so much damage.
Should be, yeah.
There it is.
Didn't even
Bang.
move the final hit.
We now
Video
go
games,
into
yo,
round
striking
one. But
hurlers.
it's a comfortable round too. It's options. That really is the magic. What? Oh, counter hit. Oh, steal that from Rain. Give it back. Ooh. Half expecting a trip guard there, to be completely honest. That jump in scouted out by VGY, already done almost half-life. And now this is that element, right? Forward 3 into the immediate skywalk cancel. He's able to do those a lot more freely because he's not going to have to spend the cancel on the combo. Oh, that's a full punish.
Wow.
Oh, clean.
What timing from video games, yo.
Flawless blocks. Oh, the flawless block into the back too. Acid and Massa. Not ready for that one in this full string, connecting 13%. And it's going to be the needle for the chip. And a good, strong game number one. Now, there's a reason I saw this matchup, Mitsuones, and I said, I think VGY, he already went into this as the favorite because he tends to beat Acid and Massa in bracket with Cloud Walker. And now he's playing basically a better Cloud Walker. So his good chances, they just got better, for lack of a better term.
You said it yourself, there's so much history behind this matchup. I'm not talking about the characters themselves, but about the players. Video games, yo, and Asadematsu faced each other in so many tournaments, multiple countries. So it makes sense to see them both in winner's side of yet another top 8. And I think this is going to be very honest. This whole set, Cetrion versus Fujin, most likely. Some video games, yo.
There's not going to be a character change here. Video Game Show has proven for months that Fujin is his character for Cetrion, especially now. And Asadamasa has proven that he doesn't play anyone that isn't Cetrion anymore. He played a little bit of Shang before, but those days are long gone, I'm pretty sure. That wave dash movement. You can really see how easily Fujin, I say easily, wave dashing like that is not easy, but Fujin's able to just glide across the screen. So important for a matchup like this.
Wins, keep him at bait.
Hell's Wrath takes a big risk every time he uses it. We saw a whole bunch in game number one how often Asadamasa did a Hell's Wrath right as Fujin just flies in there and then whiff punishes you as you touch the ground. Counter hit state. Ooh, Fujin likes that. Cancel. Oh, and it's a back one. Ooh, combo. Asadamasa not going to break. The meter, very important.
Oh, good challenge though, 1-1.
Lovely.
This is looking good for Asadamasa.
There it is again. Oh, doesn't quite manage to find it. Forward 3, successfully going under. Another catch. Having the needle instead of the wind push does give you the base crossbow. I don't want to say counter zoning tool, but it's something to challenge every once in a while, but it will be Hell's Wrath coming in.
No whiff punish this time around for video games, yo. Asadamasa staying composed.
Round 2, fight.
Oh, there's the raw jump in. Wasn't ready for the confirm. I don't actually think he personally believed it would connect, but this time it will be good.
How could you? I mean, rare footage of that being jumped.
Yeah. Fujin's back 2 narrowly misses her toes. Oh, the dive kick before the boulder. He was so close to getting crushing blows, you know. Oh, max range. Nothing you're doing about that. Another one. Oh, the trade!
Ooh.
The trade shuts down the KB. The trade stopped it from crushing blow. Back 2's going to get punished. And now he's going to lose half of that.
Now 1 and 2 deadly wins. Ship him away. 9% left.
Bang.
And the raw pinata. Asadamasa answering back. 1 apiece.
Now, I said after game 1, there's almost no chance he's going to change from Fujin. I do actually wonder if there are any other characters he uses for this matchup. Because really, like, I know that VGY plays... Oh, he's got a very American style. And when I say American style, I mean high-octane, fast, aggressive, and more importantly, playing an absolute ton of characters. Fujin has been his character for the longest time against Cetrion, but often when you play the board, there are other characters that you think might give you an equal chance. It's just that you play a character until they prove to you they can beat it, and then maybe you change. Now, losing that one game might at some point inspire a change. It might do. But I think for now, Fujin will be the pick. But I do wonder if he has any other tricks up his sleeve, because he does play so many characters.
Not for now anyway. Going to his 3rd match. Going to be a straight rematch. From the variations as well, by the looks of it. Here we go. Who takes the lead?
Down 4 again. Natural barrier coming through just on prediction of a back 1. Fujin with a lot more range than you might expect. That forward 3 so good into the cancel. Even from those ranges, just look at the tools. The back 1, the forward 3, the back 2. Speaking of back 1, here it is. Ask and ye shall receive. Yeah, the down 2 just in case you break. Another down 2 again just in case you break. And just like that, oh god. Still looking for the potential break. And Asadamasa refusing to do it. Oh, the flawless block. So clean. Oh.
And at that point, that is Chipnya. Keeps it simple with a 4-3. Video Games Yo seems to be back in control of this set.
Importantly, with the corner positioning, that's going to open up a game. Does Aso teleport out? The answer is yes, but he bravely uses the regular version to keep the meter. Oh! Wow.
Oh, he's evading that. It's quite impressive, man. That hitbox of
Escape failed. Locked in for Fujin as well. Oh dear. Don't get grabbed. Don't get grabbed, mate. That low profile and downfall. Ooh. Oh, full combo again. And here comes the break at long last. Finally has to use the meter. Oh, he's going to spend it.
There it is.
Bang.
30%, just like that.
Oh, he's trying to punish him and wake up.
Well, I think.
That was an absolute disaster for Asadamasa. That was one of those kind of classic games where absolutely nothing you tried worked. You know what I mean? That sounds hilariously vague, but you ever have a game? I mean, we've all been there, haven't we, Mitsu? You have a match and just right as you press a button, they jump in. Right as you duck, they press a mid. Right as you try and, I don't know, you try and grab, they duck, or whatever it is. Just nothing works. That was one of those games that Aso just had to endure, I think.
What an answer from Video Games Yo. Who takes control of the set, being 2-1 up on Aso Diamatse. Yeah, I'd be surprised if even a variation change came into play for Aso Diamatse.
We've seen him use one other variation since Ultimate. And it was one match against Mirko, and he used the teleport. No, it wasn't teleport. It was the winds and the rock element. That when it's out and you try and hit him, the winds come, the rocks hit you. It was like a kind of like an experiment for like anti-Scorpion or something. It was a really interesting match. It lasted 2 games and he didn't end up changing back. And it's the one and only time I've seen him change from this. But you know, this really is the tried and true, isn't it?
It's the go-to option when it comes to Setron, that's for sure. Amplification.
Again, that natural barrier, it's a call out on the winds. You try and flawless block the winds off that mid, you do the barrier, completely messes up the timing and catches you in a lot of instances. Not completely safe, obviously, but Asadamasa is going to have that sixth sense of when you're going to try and do it.
Very surprised they didn't spin a bar there. Good patience from Aso Diamatse. What a tech as well. And once again, probably blowing up that flawless block attempt.
Which is really important. You know, you fight someone like Video Game Joe who will flawless block in clutch moments, it totally changes the dynamic of the match. I think know your enemy couldn't really be more present than it is right here. It does change the layers. You have to start doing slightly riskier things just to try and stop them from flawless blocking. And if you get them conditioned, you can kind of go back to it, but that really is a once every now and then opportunity. Speaking of which, like right there, Video Game Joe, he didn't flawless block that because we're starting to see so much barrier, I don't think he wants to risk it. Escape failed. Not that it really matters with Cetrion, but he gave Tekken a good go.
Oh, important cancel for Video Games Yo. That could have hurt.
Oh, the whiff. What was this, MK4? Oh, that was risky. That was so cheeky.
Ooh.
Late jump kick. This is an opportunity to bring us into that game 5. Asadamasa, not much work left to go, but he will get caught here. And there is absolutely no break possible on the ground. Now, this is going to do a ton of damage. Remember, Fujin's fatal blow. Oh, it hurts. Now, what's going to happen afterwards? God, that did 38%. 2 buttons into fatal blow.
What happened there?
He whiffed the back two. Right as he punished. Oh, that's a matter. He teleports right as he back twos, but instead of a two hit into fatal blow, which would have won the game, he does a throw punish. Not optimal. And will it punish him with a series loss here, Mitsuones?
No flawless block.
Uh-oh. Oh dear.
Neutral duck, I think.
Another risky regular teleport can be punished and answered back. A side switch as well. There's no break there from Asadamasa. Gets hit by the jump kick. Too late to get anything though. Losing the wind kick. The needle means that jump kick OS doesn't quite work out, but it doesn't matter. Oh no!
Try to anti-air, I think. A little bit too late on attempt.
This is one of the most sarcastic friendships, and I will hear no discussion on the matter.
Video games, yo. What the kite?
It's even got its own music. It's one of the only friendships where he gets his own music. But oh yeah, it's got that really almost like, you know,
I've never
like
thought
old
about
cartoon. Yeah, it's great. But I gotta say, there was a critical error. I mean, I say error, I'm pretty sure it was. I don't want to kind of like call a mistake that wasn't a mistake. But Asadamasa, when he got that teleport in the second round, right as Fujin does the back two completely whiffs. And then instead of getting a two hit into fatal blow, because he did have the fatal blow, and Aso, he never misses those. He punishes it with a throw instead. And whilst it worked, it didn't kill. And that breath of HP that VGY had left was enough to win the round. Ultimately, winning the set. So GG's right there, but a big shame. A shame to lose in that way. But winner's bracket safety, so he is going to be losers now.
Mm-hmm. And as you said, usually Video Games Yo does have the upper hand. So there is that. Before we go into the next set, let's talk a little bit about the audio catch-up. All our official audio from the Pro Competition casters is going to be powered by Astro Gaming. So go ahead and visit astrogaming.com to find more information. All the officially licensed PS4 audio products which are available on the said website right now.
It is indeed. Huge shout outs to Astro for providing the headsets that we are using as we speak. I really am in love with the Mortal Kombat panels that we got, because I've got like 3 of them and I just use, we go retro, we go classic with this one. But let's talk now about our next matchup, because one thing we haven't actually touched on is the sheer amount of Italian talent. The two, I think definitely you can say most successful parts of EU right now is a combination of the UK and Italy. And Italy has been an online-focused community for Mortal Kombat for so long. They're fine playing online. They don't really mind having to, kind of play in this online realm, and they get involved in anything they can. And I truly think that the combination of Mirko, Asadamasa, and Zoka is the absolute finest display of the Italian community, because Zoka just brings forward this insane cabal. And it's not the cabal you always expect. He does know how to play the air gas dash, variation, but he plays so many other ones too that makes him a real favorite to watch. And then, the UK absolutely being represented by Raichu, by Video Games Yo. Like even this variation, we have the hook grab for the combos, the dash cancel for plus frames and trickiness, and the low hook grab to establish mix-up. I think he even calls this variation like MKX character, because it has MKX level mix-ups. Mix-ups that lead into plus frames. I mean, come on now.
Here we go then. Second match of winner semifinals. It's going to be Raichu versus Zoka. Scarlet versus Cabal.
Gotta say, as we are on the NetherRealm Twitch, some of you might not know, Raichu, formerly known as Josh TQ, gamertag-wise, the Aeron Black specialist who plays many other characters now with great success. There's Sindel, there's Scarlet, we've seen Fujin as well, and there's just been a gamertag change, so don't get too confused. This is going to be Raichu for the future. Still sponsored by CGL alongside the brother, Video Games Yo. The Scarlet coming out today, and interestingly with this Scarlet, it's Retribution often instead of Boiling Point, because it's the restand. And that's one thing I don't see a lot of Scarlet players use, to be honest.
Really good this first round for Zoka, man.
There's the mix again, mixing it right up. Zoka, an absolute master of Cabal, it has to be said. Tech. Oh, short hop. We mix it. And yeah, down 1. What was this, MK9?
It's going to be good. And all of a
Restand.
sudden, Raichu's back in the game. He's
Especially
back in the game! The jump in straight into the fatal blow.
The restand completely froze that neutral, Mitsuones. It did. If you knocked him down, Zoka, look how much defensive bar he had. There would have been some kind of mix-up, which wake up button, wake up roll, or whatever. The second that restand happened and you just needed one good hit into fatal blow, it just creates an awkward scenario from that range.
It's the back throw. Triplow's loaded. Beautiful anti-air armor broken as well. Ooh, from that range as well. That is tricky.
Yeah, and never forget that the dash cancel does give you extra single hit confirm potential. That string being plus. Zoka showing it the respect. Reversal throw, counter hit. Man tried pressing a button right there. And he cancels to stay safe, but the airborne scythe says get back down here.
You alright? Breathe, man, breathe. It's all good. Just take a breath. Oh, mics are hot, by the way.
I think so. Welcome, everyone. You missed some custom. You missed some custom sound effects from your boy P&D Ketchup. We were sitting there. We were sitting there, and I was like, I don't think anyone can hear us. But it's like I had the flawless block sound effect, which was boom, and then like the Cabal throw, where all the only sound I remember from the Cabal like back throw was the and that's it, you know. And it was a round full of that. And now we're back. So on a serious note, sorry about that, everyone. There was I believe there was just a production audio. Well, look, there was a production audio issue. We all know that. It's fine. But the important thing is a swift turnaround and a fix. And the most important thing is that the set was paused. So the players didn't play that final match off stream, as far as I'm aware. So we should be able to go right back in and see the situation, which I believe is a 2-0 to Raichu. Raichu had that really clutch anti-air in the previous game. Fatal blow, end it. Jobs are good, and I think, fingers crossed, we should be back. And thank you all very much for your patience.
That was something else, man. That was probably the best commentary ever by Ketchup. He even commentated the soundtrack.
A real career high that, unfortunately, I say unfortunately, I think everyone was pretty blessed.
Was exclusive to me.
That they didn't hear it. Only Mitsuones heard it. You know, that was a personal moment, but. I think now we should be, as soon as we are able to jump back in, I'm sure we will. So for those that just tuned in, maybe you've missed the action actually, it was Raichu versus Zoka in the winner's bracket, and it is, I believe it still is, a 2-0 Raichu in the Scarlet versus Cabal matchup. But it's been close, both games have been close, but Raichu with the clutch as always.
It is indeed going to be 2-0 Raichu versus Zoka, so thankfully we didn't miss the action. We shall have both of the fighters in the lobby momentarily to finish this set. So once again, thank you very much for your patience. Hopefully we'll see how the rest of the set progresses in just
the conclusion.
Bit.
Not quite sure where we're at. Let me just consult the chat. But I think we should be all good. And for those that have just missed today's action, this is our latest edition of the Intercontinental Kombat, the MK11 Pro Competition qualifier, where this is one of the kind of big regions being represented, and the stream contains EU East and EU West. EU West is our second half of the day, which we're well underway. And after we've finished this matchup with Raichu versus Zoka, we'll be jumping into the losers bracket, where elimination territory begins. We have the likes of Sweet Frazier with the Noob Cybot. I believe Uvility there as well, with what is probably still going to be the Jackie versus the Cetrion. And then afterwards, we'll find out how things conclude. But I think we're right back in. And it's now going to be Zoka, Raichu, 2-0 for the Scarlet. And I think a variation change perhaps has happened, because he's got different visuals. Now, this matchup in particular it's a game of patience, really, I think. You know, the rush down, that you have to know the nuances of both of these characters. But, doesn't overcommit. Oh, Raichu, he wanted that whip punish so bad. Oh, did you see that confirm? Yeah. Oh my god.
Beautiful stuff. So the reset into the interactable, 16%, just like that. Zoka.
Chase down. Doesn't have the meter, but he is able to side switch at the very least. That's important still. Yo, okay, so let's look at this variation. We have the dash cancel, hook grab, and the gas. Up close range, the safety.
Does Raichu steal it again, man? Double fatal blow situation. You have two, no punish on that.
I mean, I don't think anyone was expecting an up two. He gets the confirm. Somehow he picks that up. I have no idea how he does it. The late and the anti-air buttons. You know, if you want someone that anti-air jabs almost every single time without fail, look no further than Raichu. Absolute ridiculous anti-air. Match point.
Raichu just too clutch in these situations, man. Even though the round has Zoka written all over it, finds a way to clutch it out. Match point, as you said.
Too slow.
Oh, I love that empty jump. We're seeing so many empty jumps now because of flawless block, because of anti-air. Retribution, that's going to be a restand situation with a forward 2 into heal. Oh, so sneaky.
All of a sudden, Raichu with the life lead.
Thank you, Scarlet and the heals.
Yeah, right?
It's an element of Scarlet that it's hard to counter out when she's got 2 bars of meter. You know, one good catch, you take damage, she gains it. And then before you know it, the tides are turned. Again, another either attempt a flawless block or just thinking a stagger's coming and getting clipped plus frames. Ooh, the walk back overhead from a mile away. Oh,
Wow.
the KB!
Raw
That
footage.
did like no damage.
Oh,
no!
no.
Oh, wait! Wait a minute.
I'm really surprised he didn't go with the fatal blow there.
I thought he was. Oh, he's done. He is done. Now,
That's it
Raichu
now.
trying to go with the sneaky stuff right there. Trying to go with what normally is an absolute checkmate, but just not able to get enough damage at the end.
Definitely got another chance at life, man. That was beyond close.
This has been an interesting and emotional set, I tell you. All over the place. Ooh, escape failed. Hang on a minute. The forbidden double overhead. Oh, out of nowhere. It's disgusting. Look into anti-air. The technical too far away, though. Raichu. For the stagger game. Lovely trip guard. Ooh, the low. Oh, there's the back one. Really nice catch there from the Italian. And now as he gets a knockdown into whatever comes next, a delayed wake up.
Oh!
Overcommits! Overcommits. Surely that must have been a dropped cancel. You don't just do a dash like that. We blank.
Especially Zoker doesn't do it point blank.
No, he doesn't.
Really good with his confirms.
Oh, there's the flawless block. Oh, and
he
now
actually
he
got
gets
it.
it.
Catch up. He got what he was
That's what he wanted
for.
before. Oh, there we go.
What is he painting? Talk to me.
Quickly. Cabal's hair. Cabal's hair. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I was thinking it was going to be like Cabal's man bun, you know? Oh. I seem to
That's
have. Either way. No, never mind. Never mind. I thought I muted myself, but I didn't. Okay,
You're good,
that's
you're
fine.
good.
We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. I could have said nothing and you'd never have known, but that will be a victory now for Raichu with the Scarlet just continuing to look really strong.
So that was the second set. I'm thankful that we actually got to see it in its entirety, even though we had that quick blackout. But yeah, that was winner's side round 1, and actually we'll drop into loser side of things. And that's the stage where we say goodbye to a few players. So let's take a close look at the bracket in just a teeny bit so we can see how this tournament is progressing. And there you have it. Winner semifinals is done. Video Games Yo and Raichu. It's going to be the clash of the brothers in winners finals. We've seen that time and time again. But until then, we have losers round 1 ready to go, Ketchup.
We do. Now, this is, as you quite rightly pointed out, this is elimination territory. So everyone's done well to reach this point, but, this is where a couple of players are going to be, I'd say going home, but they are home. They'll be out of the tournament. So Sweet Frazier and Uvility is game number 1. So probably, we know we're going to get a noob Cybot from Sweet Frazier. The variation that he takes, I think, will entirely depend on what character Uvility plays. Then after that, VLJV and Mirko, really excited for that one. That's a matchup I would have absolutely loved to see in MKX, actually. Mirko's Hellfire Scorpion versus VLJV's Killer Leatherface. That would have been like such a... I'm sure they've probably played it in the past, but that would have been the most ridiculous. But before we go in, let's talk about the pro competition, Mitsuones.
Absolutely. So once again, Oceania is done, Europe East is done, Middle East is done, and this is currently Europe West. This is the Intercontinental Kombat you're watching, and of course throughout the entirety of the pro competition we also have North American League and the Liga Latina. Top 8 of each sub-region respectively advances to the regional finals. For the North American League, it's going to be top 16. Each regional finals will have $5,000 for the regional finals. For the North American League, it's actually going to be $10,000. So that is $10,000 for North America East and North America West, $10,000 respectively. So there is a lot on the line. And once again, this week does mark the mid-season. We have 4 weeks finished and 4 remaining after the end of this. And it's going to be interesting how the leaderboards progress and who solidifies themselves in the bracket or in the leaderboard, I should say, in the standings. It's very interesting to see. Almost all of these players are very consistent when it comes to placing. I think the only 2 players who are not in the top 8 so far in the leaderboards are Sui Fraser and Uvinity. So these guys have been very consistent with the placing.
Yes, they have, because when we look at like Sui Fraser and Uvility definitely one of the newer players who kind of, they like their top tiers. They play Cetron, they play Jackie, but they play them really well, and that's what matters. And I think that there's always that level of kind of like competitive infancy when you're new, when you haven't played in loads of different tournaments. But Uvility is definitely starting to kind of refine that gameplay a little bit. There's less kind of like just all out aggression, which can sometimes actually be a sign of nerves. When you're so nervous or anxious going into a match, you kind of don't play with a complete level of discipline, and that can sometimes work against Uvility. And Sweet Fraser, really one of the masters of Noob Saibot. Like, my favorite Noob Saibot to watch in tournaments. Special shout outs to Abyss, of course. I find them very similar to each other, actually. But there's just this idea of Sweet Fraser doing exactly what I kind of wanted to see from certain specialists, which is take what Ultimate has granted you in custom variations, take your character where you've got so much variety is probably the right sentence, and then you just create a whole bunch of different loadouts for the characters you fight. And this is a great example because against Cetrion, Sui Fraser likes to use that air teleport, low slide, launching teleport. And against Jackie, I believe he takes Spirit Ball, slide, and Sickle Snag, because the Sickle Snag conversions and anti-airs and stuff like that are really important against an airborne character. So we'll see what one we get a hold of so far.
As we're trying to get both of these gentlemen into the lobby, as we take a look at where Sui Fraser, for example, stands, he's just outside the top 8, being at the 12th spot with 160 points, but I think definitely will make up some ground after the end of this week. So all of these points, of course, do not count this current week for placement. And he actually took it, very important as well to notice, against someone like Mirko. So that's why we see Mirko later in the brackets in losers. When we take a look at Uvinity, I think it's his first week catch-up. Am I right?
I think it could be. It's hard to say because this is the first time he has been in a bracket for Pro Comp under the name Uvility, because there have been actually quite a few. I think he's been in a bracket before as MK Cetrion. He's been in a bracket before as Best Jackie EU.
Oh.
And this is the first time. Uvility is like the fully fledged like new gamer tag. I think those other 2 names were literally just, he didn't know. It kind of goes into just being new to tournaments, didn't actually know what he wanted the gamer tag to be at the time, and has landed on Uvility really kind of being, the one now. But that it has definitely confused the hell out of me. I'm definitely not ashamed to admit that. But you know what? It's Uvility now, and that's what matters. And as soon as the game is ready and the lobbies are good to go, rest assured, we will be jumping in. And sorry for the delays, everyone. As soon as the game's ready, we'll be in to chat about it.
In just a teeny bit, we're still waiting for one of the players to join in. But interesting to notice as well, Uvinity took it over the likes of Op and MK Javier. I mean, MK Javier, very prominent name in the EU scene as a whole, be it the open series tournaments or the pro competition. So definitely coming out swinging, even though he's technically unseeded in the top 8.
Yeah, which is always really weird, because Mirko is, we look at different players, like Mirko's here, and Mirko's been doing super well recently, especially in Open Series, was almost a 2-time champ, but I believe Asadamasa beat him like narrowly. There was a bracket reset when they last played an Open Series, but afterwards didn't quite work out. And then we'll be seeing VLJV a little bit. Really excited to see VLJV bringing the A game forward, as always. Very, I think likes the brutish characters, the ones that just hit really hard and they go swing. I know he played a bit of Baraka in the past. We've seen Girus as well. I actually feel like VLJV would be a really good Shiva player, actually, because she definitely kind of fits that archetype of a real brawler. And so much of that came from Leatherface, back in the day. That character, he's like was swinging. And when he hit, Oh god, I had never until I fought VLJV and MKX. I didn't know Leatherface had that much damage. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I know exactly what you mean. It wasn't just only the damage. It was like, sorry to talk too much about MKX, but let me just quickly get this out. The poke into the
I know,
chainsaw stance.
We're here
in
to
the
talk about
standing
Mortal Kombat. We can talk about any Mortal Kombat. You're
Look at the
talking
top,
about
it's gonna
down
be
3
alright.
chainsaw, aren't you? Down 3 chainsaw.
Exactly. You know what I'm talking about.
I know
Everyone
exactly
who
what you're talking
faces
about.
who faced VL knows what I'm talking about. So there is that. So I get it when you say a brawler, if you will, what fits his style right on. So once again, thank you very much for your patience. This is the EU West Week 4, the Intercontinental Kombat. It's going to be the last. And the last cup of this weekend was a long weekend. Shout out to all the commentators that did Oceania, for example, Darth Arma and EGP
Oh
Wonder
yeah.
Chef. It was a surprise to see him again. Nice surprise, of
Oh,
course.
it was good.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
really good seeing Chef back on the mic. I'm
For
gonna be
sure.
honest.
So Oceania is done, Middle East is done, and of course EU East, and we only are a few matches away to find out who takes EU West Week 4 and becomes the champion.
Man, you know what, Midtones, actually, as well? There's one big element, too, and while we wait for this matchup to start, we were just talking about Scorpion. There's something that really has stood out with me recently, and it was the latest week. I think it was week 4 of Brazil for Liga Latina. Conqueror won that tournament with all Scorpion, but it was Burning Spectre Scorpion. It was the Scorpion variation that has Sin Blade and Misery Blade, like the stance, we've the poke, the overhead, the low. And it was exclusively that character and that one variation, and he won the entire tournament with it. And I kind of watched the VOD back, and it was a really interesting kind of like, I think I can safely say like a new take of Scorpion, where the teleport, we're so used to seeing Scorpion specialists, like the teleport is what you craft Scorpion around.
Right.
But when you play, I guess Conqueror, I can only assume, plays mostly that variation where the teleport is really unsafe and everything else. It wasn't a part of his game plan at all. The safety and everything else came from just Misery Blade, and it was so fun to watch this kind of new take. And it really reminds me that even though it's not an ultimate variation, it existed before. It's lovely to see players still kind of explore and push the boat out. Speaking of, it is going to be Jackie, which has meant that we have Spirit Ball, Sickle, Snag, and Shadow Slide. So that's thoroughly what I was expecting, and now the game is finally ready to go.
So here we go then, the first match of the loser sides. Someone's got to be eliminated. It's going to be Sweet Frazier versus Uvility. Noob Saibot versus Jackie.
A matchup that Noob Saibot, I mean, it's definitely not a matchup that he wins, but he has options. We start to see the development already. Sweet Frazier looking for the leap and doing the reversal up kick. He's looking for you to overextend and him to get an anti-air. But right now, there's the anti-air standing one, and he gets the Sickle Snag. This is exactly why he takes it. You anti-air, I get 30%. Shit, and the safety. Another down 4 anti-air. Oh, and the break. One of those breakers, we call that, Mr. Mustard and I. One
For
of
sure.
those breakers.
And even
Four.
down 4 into the slide. May
Now,
I say that is a sick looking Noob Saibot, by the way.
I feel like every Noob Saibot uses like the new time skins, but they take the different colors and their gear is totally different. Like everyone uses the same skin, but it doesn't look like it. Everyone has their own separate swag. I appreciate that. Spirit Ball. I'm gonna stay a bit safer. The 2-1-2 in the corner. Deadly. The damage that you can get from it. Even with a Sickle Snag, teleport, doesn't matter. Side switch. Important change of momentum here for Uvility. The jump in. No amplify. No shrapnel blast. Only now it comes, and he's looking for the punish. But he sees it blocked. I like that. Doesn't do 1-1-3, just does the 1-1-2. And yeah, get out of my airspace. Look at the respect. Down 4, walk up grab. That will only exist when Shadow Slide is a thing.
The respect from Sweet Frazier, man. Not afraid to just block. No anti-air attempt, walks into the flame carpet. It's pushed it, it's rather. Raw down 2.
That's it. Breaker is used. Saved his life. Back one again. I was half expecting it. Never mind. Ooh.
Oh.
That's going to be a swift win. Swift victory here for Sweet Frazier, who I got to say, I've been watching his growth as a Noob Saibot player for many months in the Open Series, and he has gone from absolute strength to strength, and having access to better moves or better move combinations in Ultimate has allowed him to thrive so much. Now, you look at this matchup, Jackie versus Noob Saibot. Noob has, he's got options, sure, but he is so good at every top tier matchup. He's hard to count out. He's a real favorite for me to get far in this tournament today, and he proves it every time.
So does Uvinity play other characters?
Uvility plays Jackie and Cetrion. I think I've seen him play a bit of Johnny Cage, and granted, it looked really good. He's gone through so many name changes, I get a little bit confused because we do so many players, so many weeks. But I'm pretty sure I've seen Uvility pick Cage as well. But that was once. Every other time it has been Cetrion and Jackie, and I know Jackie's the favorite. The interruption, the 1-1 knocked out. Oh, and that's the classic. Call that one the Mighty Unjust. You do Shadow Slide on block into back one because they press. Ooh, counter hit C. Let's go.
Clean jumping with grab.
Uvility getting caught. Oh dear, that is a horrible grab to get hit by, because now Noob Saibot where he wants to be. The wake up down one. Ooh, that's certainly one way to squirm your way out of a corner, and Sweet Frazier likely to lose the round the way things are going, unless he lands a major hit now. Don't forget, Noob Saibot hits like a truck. She's a 950 health character. One clean hit. Oh, he wants it.
Very good poke. Very good poke. Oh, what an anti-air though! Oh,
he had it.
Missed the ender.
Oh, that's it.
Wow. Got multiple individual hits. Yeah, there was a scramble, but got that ever so important hit, and
I mean, we had a chance for some real swag there, Mitsuones, because it was anti-air standing 1. He tried to do 1-1-3. That would have been a sickle snag, and it would have been back 1 into fail blow. And it probably would have been like a 45% anti-air. But you know what? Shoulda, woulda, coulda. He's used it anyway. Clean punished. But the 2-1-2, interesting. The 2-1-2 punishing the dash punch actually connects from further away. I wonder if that forward 2 is much harder to land.
Another drop from Sweet Frazier.
Uvility hasn't been flawless either. I think it's been a little bit of all over the place execution, but a lot more damage coming from Sweet Frazier. And every time Uvility tries to pressure, we've seen consistent anti-airing. It just looks like Sweet Frazier has the upper hand at range, has the upper hand at close, content to block. Not going to anti-air again. A 6th sense for when to interrupt. Now finally Uvility finds something at the break to shut down the KB. Stop the damage from being too great. The whiff punish on the 2. Ooh. Not going to be able to get much, though. No meter. Uvility constantly out of bar to get damage.
He was still in that flame carpet, man. He just took so much damage over time. He was content with it. Just sit there.
Don't get hit now. It's going to be the game over with Noob Saibot's damage output. Especially now he's built up the Shadow Slide. Anti-air. Breakaway used. Oh, and he's done. Absolutely done.
I mean, he's so consistent with the anti-airs as well. When do you ever see a Jackie get anti-aired so many times, so consistently?
It's why Noob Saibot is a decent character at using against Jackie. Again, I don't want to make it sound like I'm saying he wins this matchup, but he has options. He has, raw up clone for that jump distance where leap is normally quite oppressive. If she's close range, he's got the anti-air down 4. He has the anti-cross up down 1. Standing 1, clearly a fantastic anti-air because it's fast and it hits really high up. Now, Uvility, the Jackie hasn't worked. Are we going to see another character? Cetrion, perhaps. But Cetrion, I wouldn't actually say with a straight face that he has an advantage picking Cetrion, because he might be able to beat this variation, but Sweet Frazier has the luxury of changing to his Cetrion variation. So it's actually, although Uvility can change here, Sweet Frazier still has the upper hand, even if he loses this next game. But it will be. Never mind. Jackie still. I'm seeing people in the chat room not knowing who Sweet Frazier is, being like, oh, this Noob Saibot. I told you, my favorite Noob Saibot to watch, and this is why. Sorry to cut you off, by the way, Mitsuones. Take it away. All good.
Sweet Frazier. I mean, if he takes this, that would be a lot of points. I think 140 points. He's currently sitting at 160, so is almost doubling his points. Could very well be making it into the top 8 standing after this performance. I mean, technically one game away, potentially.
It doesn't necessarily end here either. After that next game, Sweet Frazier has every opportunity to get minimum losers finals, and we've seen him be able to do just that in the past across countless open series. Anti-air down 4. Man, buttons and buttons and buttons. And Sickle Snag makes every single one of them do 30%.
It's good buttons.
Good buttons. Noob Cybot. Oh!
I think that was in the corner.
Looking for the anti-air again, but I think Uvility is so used to getting anti-air there, he himself is not believing in those jump-ins. That didn't combo. Yo! Neutral duck. Ow!
Always has the answer, it almost seems like. Sweet Frazier.
Round 2. Fight.
It's on match point. So it eliminates Uvinity.
Now that Spirit Ball, something we haven't really talked about, but it's a 9% projectile that's +5 on it. It's one of the most underrated projectiles in the game. A really good trade for Sweet Frazier because he gets the knockdown situation, puts himself out of the corner. Grenade Launcher has done absolutely nothing in this matchup, which is a rare sight, actually. But it will melt his feet now, even though he's legit. He's wearing shoes. Noob Cybot never wears shoes unless he's wearing this skin. Escape failed. Uh-oh. Oh, we already had it. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, it's still there with the punish. Gotta make it count. And to drop again. I mean, it really makes you wonder.
Don't get hit now. For the love of God. The fatal blow is ready. No! Confirm! Uvility had an opportunity. But that will be it.
Finally finds the round-winning confirm. Uvility is really has to tighten things up here to stay alive. This loses round 1. He's getting those individual hits, but the execution kind of letting him down.
To enforce the mix that's kind of not a mix, but definitely still hits people. The 1-1 slide versus 1-1-2 short hop. Wait a minute. All right, Uvility coming alive. And yeah, down for whiffs. A lot of meter is getting spent here. Mitsuone's meter that you'll need to break away against the damage of Noob Cybot.
It's coming
Thankfully,
back.
Uvility won the round that KB throw was used, though, so that's a good win.
Oh. Board that he got hit. The grenade. On
No dash punch punish on that. That could have been a dash punch. Oh, the whip! That's it!
Oh, no!
We're done.
That's
all it takes.
Oh, it's 950. Yeah. That should be.
Oh, yeah. I actually think even non-950 would die from this because it does 41%. Yeah. Oh! Ouch.
True, actually. Yeah.
Oh, my favorite friendship. Let's go. No!
Denied!
No. Keep it on the screen. It will play it eventually. No! Oh, I was so ready. Oh, we got it. Oh, no!
Not only did you get denied, you got denied twice, Ketchup. Just because you said my favorite friendship. Not today, sir. Not today.
I took that personally. I really did. I really did. The leave, and then we come back and leave. Anyway, good match though. Very good match. Strong Noob Cybot. But let's actually talk about what caused all that to go so right for Sweet Frazier, right? The scrambles, just Sweet Frazier having a bit more, I think, just a bit more readiness for it all. Just kind of pressing the right button at the right time. Really important for those positions where you're both at kind of close range and one of you presses something major. Somehow Sweet Frazier was always the one pressing the right button, right? In these stressful situations. But also just having a real handle on the matchup. Anti-airs on point, nullifying a lot of that pressure and the threat that Jackie brings. Sweet Frazier played that matchup so well that it was hard to count him out. It really was. And I can't say I'm surprised by the result.
So there is that. Unfortunately, that means that Uvinity finds himself being eliminated from the tournament, goes home being the 7th placer. Still quite a few points, 70 points, so who knows where he ends up. He ends up at the end of the season. But for now, the last set of losers round 1. It is going to be VL versus Mirko. Now, this is going to be a very interesting set for sure. That's what I call it anyway.
I'm excited. I am. This is a matchup that you could see it in MKX, and it's good. You can see it in MK11. Oh, it's going to be good because we have Mirko coming in with the Scorpion, which historically, you know, we've seen a lot of the Reborn originally before Ultimate, and now as we have Ultimate in the fray, he's really found his footing with the Burning Spear. That spear buff is something that he thrives on. And while we get this lobby underway, I'd like to remind everyone what the PS4 Tournaments is all about. It really is your one-stop shop for getting involved in competitive Mortal Kombat, because we have the Pro Competition, which you're looking at right now for the Intercontinental Combat, but there is also the weekly Open Series. It's right there, compete.playstation.com. Get signed up, get playing. We'd love to see you. Open Series is weekly prize money and a monthly finals. The next qualifier for that is going to be Monday for North America and EU/CIS. So get involved there. If you play well, you'll get invited back on the Tuesday to play for money, and the monthly finals, which I believe is 3 days after, but I'll have to double check. You can find it all in the competition center. More reasons to go on the website. But now let's start this next matchup.
Just waiting for them to get invited. And as you touched on, we're getting spoiled with MK action. I mean,
we are.
Almost every single other day, we get some high caliber tournaments when it comes to MK11 Ultimate. So big thank you to PS4 for presenting all the goodness. Now, once again, let's talk about this final set of losers round 1. Who do you opt? Oh boy, never you mind that. It's going to be Jairus from VL. That was going to be my question.
Now the question is actually what variation? I think it is the Sand Simulacrum we've seen from him, and there it is. Shifting Sands, the Simulacrum, and the Quick Sand. So I really, really, really think this is a good pick for VLJV, because he, like I said kind of earlier, he's a big fan of those characters that kind of like just brute force. You know, it really did come from that famous Leatherface by the end of Mortal Kombat X. And Geras, he's a similar character in the sense that you get to just stick out those big buttons, heavy hitting, knock down into whatever comes next. And the advantage that, look, Geras is not a popular character in Europe, and he never has been. So VLJV, he is, you know, right now, especially in Ultimate, the most successful European Geras. He's got a matchup that, if it's America, everyone's used to it. In Europe, maybe not so much, to be honest.
To be fair, I don't think Jairus is that popular internationally at this point.
He's just a North American character. He really is. Oh, the Forbidden!
What? That is surprising.
The Forbidden. Going in for it already, and Mirko, definitely that kind of crushing blow's a wake-up call. Oh, the flawless block as well. Bam! 1, 2. Finish it off. Oh, wait, is that KB? No, okay, not quite. Not quite. That would have been hype. You ever kill someone for an up 2 at about 40% health before? Body splash.
Off the corner, just like that. Good first round for VL. A lot of flawless blocks from both of these gentlemen.
You know, VLJV tends to suffer from really bad tournament nerves, but playing like this in game 1, you could have fooled me. Never mind. There's the side switch. Sand Simulacrum gone. Back 3, always looking to enforce. Second you block overhead, here comes forward 4. Oh my god, 100% rate on that. No meter to amp.
Flawless blocks in just a single round.
Oh, getting clipped by the body splash. The benefit of that is that by the time you can break, you've already taken so much damage, it's rarely worth it. Yeah, that was a hard read. He really wanted Mirko to jump, and I'm sure he would have comboed into the clone as well.
Double fatal blow, though. Hold on a minute.
Bam!
Yeah, very smart. Very smart. No risk whatsoever. Hitbox was going to be good. Of the 1-1 straight to the fatal blow. It's going to be 1 apiece in this first match.
A nice even exchange, and two players that they're really playing with like that heart on the sleeve, and you love to see it. Mirko, so reactionary. VLJV just being prepared for every scenario, hence the flawless blocks. The shifting sands does nothing to mess up the combo. The whole thing connects. And wait, does he still have it? He does! He spends the KB. And the burning spear. Oh dear.
All over VL all of a sudden.
That's going to do 16%.
Spear, yeah, still active. And even chip, I mean, yeah. Good delay by Mirko. Whoa, what happened?
I mean,
yeah, it was looking so good. What happened?
Missed it. That was Mirko. That was Mirko doing what he does best. Ignoring what happened in the last round and just playing at a million miles an hour. They're two players that are very similar, though, Mitsu. They are so fast-paced.
Hence why that was almost instant, that final round. Good stuff from Mirko.
Love watching these two players. Haven't seen VLJV play much Mortal Kombat, and I know he has been grinding it the whole time. I just haven't actually seen his gameplay all that much because he hasn't really. And this is actually prominent where in Mortal Kombat X he almost never entered tournaments because I think I personally believe he was a bit too nervous to play because like the internet bigged him up so much because he was a fan favorite, right? And there's definitely an element of people bigging you up when you're a fan favorite, whether you want it to be the case or not. And sometimes that can just add to your tournament anxiety because so many people big you up because you're really good that you then get more nervous entering tournaments because you're like, well, what if I lose? You know, these people might, you almost get worried that these people will turn on you, which, you know, doesn't really happen, but it does create a lot of anxiety. And I'm glad that he's been able to really conquer that step. And now we're seeing him in tournament because he really is such a good player. Shifting sands again to shut it down. Oh, the back two still manages to find a way.
What? Didn't suck him in.
Oh! Ouch. Mirko actually not breaking that. So I can only imagine he was worried about maybe the sand trap, perhaps. Cancel. Escape failed. Way back in.
Very early as well. Hold on a minute. Watch that back throw. Good block.
We blocked the overhead now. Learned the lesson. Immediately clipped. Flawless block.
How does he do that,
blocks.
Ketchup?
Every time. You press? Oh, no, 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 no. You have pause frames? Oh, no, 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 no.
Hold on. That's not death? It's not death, Ketchup. 3% left.
Yeah, it was up too.
Mirko. Oh.
It was off and up too. It does scale a little bit, but it doesn't matter. Gets the round anyway.
That was still very scary, man. The minute Mirko was close to death, he just swings for the fences, man. No fear whatsoever.
Mirko looking for it. Oh, what are these flawless blocks? Oh my god, every time.
Do not challenge this man.
It's going to cause Mirko to like really have to adjust what he does. He's going to have to play riskier. Either teleport cancels or he's going to have to do things like forward force spear. You know what I mean? Which is really risky. And it's not something that he does. Now, that's a KB. Counter hit. Way back into the match, perhaps.
No breakaway available either. Yeah, the pattern to Mirko restand. Off the standing 4. Hold on a minute.
You can't break this. That's going to hurt. Wake up!
No, he wasn't there. Yeah, still has that.
Last round. As well. Locked in. Oh!
What a read. I mean, what a read, man, from VL. Opting to go with the throw. No, sir. Down 2, sir.
He could have done anything in that situation and he chose down 2. Like, that's how savage that moment was. Let me get this big glove out and hit you in the chin with it, you know?
So, you know, for someone who is usually dominated by his German nerves, I think is doing quite well for himself, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, that really is it, though, is that you would never really be able to tell that he gets tournament nerves by the way that he plays.
100%.
I think that, you know, that when you get tournament nerves, the anxiety, and this is actually, I do not want to make this about myself, but this is coming from personal experience. When I used to compete, I never conquered nerves. I never got over it. But you often find that, at least in my experience, that when you get tournament nerves, it's the anxiety before the match. But when the match is live, you tend to be all right because you're so focused on the game that a lot of other feelings tend to go out the window. The anxiety of it is worse than the actual playing because you're so focused and used to it. You can just do your thing. And doing your thing, that's what VLGV's been like. And he's doing his thing and he's playing brave, confidence in his plays. Now Mirko getting that first hit though. Ooh! I think he will get hit by Sand Trap just to make sure he doesn't get overhead, honestly. No one wants to get hit by that backbreaker, man.
I'm surprised we didn't see a Sphere OS there.
Uh-oh. All combo incoming. Knockdown as well. LGB wanted to keep the pressure. A raw 1-1-1. Man, that string is 18% on its own.
Oh! Yes! That was a very high down two.
And he fatal blows as well to give himself a one-touch to death situation. He knows this combo is not going to kill, but he's going to get a great guess for game if he gets point blank.
I think even a back 3 at this point could kill? Question mark? Ah!
Ooh!
No, it does not. It does not. No flawless block on the jump in. Not gonna matter. The poke afterwards to seal the deal.
Round 2.
Dangerous situation, man.
That was an expensive and risky plan. Still gets the down 1.
Goodness.
Yo, Scorpion's down 1. The long arm. How long is his arm?
That was a beauty.
Third stealing down 3. Oh dear. Mirko. Oh, he's in the
Catch
corner!
up.
He's
Why
in the
did it whip?
corner. It's because he's in the corner. Certain flawless blocks in the corner have, like, the pushback of the aggressor causes some of them to whiff, and I guess that's one of them. Oh, no.
Really good staggers from Mirko right now. Ah, the short top! Over the 4th floor! VL! Good for a 3. Body splash. Good trade. Wow, just fully committed into the teleport. We get a toasty as well. VL with the patience. Very good stuff to keep himself
Absolutely.
alive at this match 3.
Jump in. Oh, the Spear OS, but not quite at the right height to make it work. We're gonna get that forward 2 tick. This is, an element of a mix-up that we actually haven't seen VLJV use yet. That forward, 2 into the command grab. That's the first time he's done it all set. Oh, the jump in scouted out again. Breakaway.
Doesn't have the defensive bar for an up 2.
No, sir. Which is why Mirko's gonna go for it.
Yeah,
No risk anymore. Speaking of,
he's doing it a lot. Very good pickup. The anti-air.
the double.
Not quite, not quite. Lose the positioning. Some damage as well.
Oh dear. That's going to do so much damage, even without the amplify. 1% in it. And he goes for the... Oh, no teleport. He's going to come through here for Mirko, but these are some bloody good games, Mitroids. Let's be honest.
Exactly what we expected, I believe. Very high sets between the Italian Mirko and the Frenchman VL. Now, don't count out VL just yet. I do believe that he sticks with Jerris. But still, man, this has been a back and forth set. That's for sure. Both of these gentlemen trying to stay alive in the tournament. Once again, this is losers. Someone will be eliminated.
Shaolin Trap Dungeon.
I think looking at the points, VL definitely needing this win more. He's just inside top 8 with 270 points. Mirko being a bit more relaxed at 5th place with 350 points. But still, man, we still have 4 weeks after today's tournament, so anything goes at this point. Realistically, both of these gentlemen need the win.
The great set so far, though. I think both players will be happy with getting the win here, but it's definitely been a really solid display of just what they bring. Oh, point-blank shifting sands, but it does pull Mirko away. It looks like a weird thing to do, but the fact that it messes them up, sometimes you can become punishable on hit, being in there. Definitely helps out. Ooh, mine though.
Spear.
Here comes the spear. For the forward 3, doesn't quite manage to catch it. Yo, 3 down 1s in a row. This is a down 1 matchup. Oh my god. I just remembered though, it is Scorpion and Geras, so I can't say I'm surprised.
Burning Spear's active. Does he get the throw for himself?
I just think he's too timid to enforce that low at the end. He doesn't want to even enforce 1-1 low. You know, I know the 1-1-1 on block does create a flawless block mind game anyway, but at no point has he tried to enforce that mix-up at all. And the escape failed. Bad to worse now, because Mirko doesn't even really need the KB. And the 2-1-2, that's going to give him a great situation with that down 4 now, bringing Mirko into match point. And the crushing blow throw is locked and loaded. So watch out for that.
There's probably going to be a situation where Mirko will go for a throw and VL is just going to neutral duck it. If he tries to fish too hard for it. Let's see it. Lone is out.
Block on wake up this time though. Down 2 immediately, just out of nowhere. Oh, Scorpion's horrible back one tick. Oh, such a scary game, and you called it. You certainly did call it.
Ow!
God, that hurts.
Ouch! 45%. You tried to throw?
Oh, he wanted to
And
scout
I
out the
like
flawless block.
idea, but unfortunately, he didn't realize that VL didn't even have the bar to make something happen with up two.
Fight.
That really was the one time he tried to scout out the flawless block. He didn't do it. But now he has the 2-1-2 anyway. The fact that his grab did get down 2 does actually mean the grab KB, I think, is still there. I don't think there was a throw tech before that. Jump back. Ooh, confirm. Yo, jump 2, teleport 16% damage. Don't get grabbed now. Wait. KB! Ooh.
Wow, found the range. Yes, sir.
Uh-oh.
Back to back.
Wait a minute. Geras in the
Back
corner.
to back.
Oh, Geras in the corner.
Into the sand trap.
What's it going to be
Everything's
now?
working out.
Oh, Mirko! Can't find his way
Everything is
out.
working out, Ketchup.
He gets
What?
hit! He really bet everything on there being a low. He expected it. We've seen so much 1-1-1. And the bravery at the end there from VLJV Mitsuones, where he started to dedicate to everything. In that situation, I think everyone would have got hit by that overhead. Because he hadn't done the low once, and he starts to play really brave. What do you do after 1-1 on block when you're feeling brave? You do the low. So you block low. Oh, and he broke your back for it.
Everything was working out in those 15 seconds or so. Back to back. Command grab, the command grab crushing blow, down 4 into the sand trap, and of course the 1-1-1.
We all got
Crushing
hit by
blow.
that overhead, I promise. I promise none of us were blocking that.
Just like that, it is indeed going to be a 2-2 situation in this losers round 1. VL versus Mirko. I think we didn't expect, or we didn't promise too much when we introduced both of these players.
But the final game, man, what a first round of matches this has been, to be honest. We've had some real killers. And now, as the final one to close out before we move on, Council not quite able to get a whiff punish though. Mirko and VLJV, what a showing so far. It's Geras, the 2-1-2 knockdown. VLJV, by all accounts, should be eliminated, but he just pulled off this incredible comeback just now. No flawless block on wake up.
Refuses. Refuses to lose.
Forward 3. Oh, the scoop.
Oh, didn't get the down 1 after his this time around.
We want full damage, jump kick, teleport, max, max, max. We are, yes for game. And that's the 1-1-2. You really have to decide what's coming next after that. Grab's gonna kill, button's gonna kill. One more round, gonna move Mirko forward in this lower bracket, but we'll see. You know, there's still plenty of matches left in the losers bracket before we hit that all-important minimum 3rd place, you know. Ooh. The tech. Oh, from that far away, he gets it.
Does he have another comeback in him? He's mounting it. He's working it.
Oh dear, this is
Clone.
disgusting in
Yeah.
the corner. The sand clone, the plus
This is happening.
frames.
This is happening, Ketchup.
Ooh.
Nah, I'm
In
calling
a second.
it. I'm not getting too excited. This is going to be a final round situation.
I believe it. Oh, I believe it
Here
indeed.
we go then. VL versus Mirko. Final rounds. Both full meter. Both have access to Fatal Blow. One is going home.
That down 1 is just not working at the moment. He gets the down 2 at least. You know, it's better than nothing, but you know he wants the full combo. Speaking of which, manages to land one. Oh, the counter hit. Uh-oh. No breaker either. Has to be really careful now, Mitsuones. One more mistake could be big, big damage, especially with Burning Spear. Speaking of...
Oh.
That's going to be it. A whiff.
Oh boy.
I don't know what that whiff down 2 was. It could have been a little bit of panic. It could be a little bit of the pressure getting to him, maybe. It could have been an input error. There are so many different questions. But it will be a down 2 anyway that just completely misses. and gets clipped at the end with Mirko moving on. But gotta say, that's one of my favorite sets I think we've seen in pro competition so far. That was a good time.
That was, I think, one of the best sets we've seen today, that's for sure. And it was such a long and grueling set as well. But unfortunately, there can only be one. It's that stage of the tournament, loser sides, and Mirko somehow clutching it out with that patented Scorpion. And yeah, moving on against VL, who I highly anticipate that we're going to see him later on during the season as well. But before we jump into the next set of action, let's quickly talk about some MK11 merchandise. Go ahead and check out and go ahead and visit amazon.com/Mortal Kombat for some awesome gear, beats the international combat, the pro competition, some accessories for your phone. Go ahead and join Amazon.com/Mortal Kombat to browse through some awesome gear. Now, before we go further into the bracket, speaking of, let's actually take a look at the brackets to see the story of the tournaments. The first round has concluded. Winners semifinals and of course losers round 1. Winners finals is set. It's going to be Video Games Yo versus Raichu. The second round of losers shall be Zoker versus Sweet Fraser, as well as Asurimatse versus Mirko. So it's going to be the UK clash, the Italian clash. Looking forward to the action.
There's a lot of storylines to this. Asurimatse and Mirko have played countless times in open series, mostly, late stage, grand finals, whatever. And they do truly go back and forth. So that one is likely to be a game 5, but who moves on? I mean, you got a 50-50 chance, I think. And then Zoka and Sweet Fraser, 2 specialists, Cabal and Noob Saibot. Really looking forward to that one. Then finally, the winners finals between the new blood, the brothers, Video Games Yo and Raichu. Absolutely, I think the strongest 2 players in Europe right now in the pro competition, and they're continuing to prove it. And go figure, they're in winners finals. So we're going to go for a quick break. When we return, Intercontinental Combat EU West Week 4. We'll be back in a few minutes.
And a very warm welcome back to the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition here at the Intercontinental Combat EU West Week 4. We are very well into the tournament as we determine who becomes the Week 4 champion. I'm Mitsu Owens, joined once again by Falcon.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Thank you for bringing it all in, Mitsu. We've got an absolute bloodbath ahead of us for the remainder of this bracket. We've had some excellent matches beforehand that, greatly commentated by yourself and Ketchup as well. And we've seen, let's talk about that Mirko set against VL really quickly. That thing was insane. That was a great set between both these guys. Super, super high level, but crazy to think that that's in the loser side of things, and only one of them actually made it through the bracket.
Round 1 as well. Speaking of which, let's take a close look at the bracket before we jump into round 1 of losers action. So there was the first half, or the first round rather, I should say, and we have 2 players who find themselves eliminated, Uvility and VL respectively, but I'm sure they'll do just fine for the remainder of this season. Now, losers round 2, we'll have Zoker versus Sweet Fraser versus Asurimatse versus Mirko.
Yeah, man. 3 Italians representing the losers round 2 side right here. All 3 remaining in the bracket still. Sweet Fraser as well being the lone Swedish player, but an incredibly strong Noob Saibot. But before we can get into all of that, we have to give a quick shout out to our presenting partner, the PS4 Tournament Open Series. Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition is presented by PS4 Tournaments. Check out the PS4 Tournament Open Series. Free to enter. You can do it from the comfort of your own home. Everything is online, and you have so much to gain, whether it be exposure, whether it be money if you perform well, or even time crystals. You can compete against your friends and rivals for the unique rewards. Just head over to compete.playstation.com and link your PSN account, get signed up, and get involved if you are looking to go competitive in Mortal Kombat or to further your own gameplay.
Easy as that, and you might find yourself here at the stream being commentated by one of us or the other great commentators, who knows. And I know it's quite exciting, especially like when you invite friends or family and it's like this big deal of being watched by thousands of people. Can be quite nerve-wracking, but very exciting as well. So go ahead, sign up. You have nothing to lose. But now let's get into nitty gritty. Losers round 2. It is going to be Sweet Frazier versus Zoker.
Yeah, as Zoker, an incredibly strong Cabal player. This is this isn't the first time that we've seen him in this top 8 as well. Other notable Cabal player from EU being Sonic Ninja. Not really competing in online things as well, but Zoker definitely showing the prominence and threat that Cabal can bring to the table, as he's not played too often when it comes to competitive, representation within Europe. We don't have many Cabal players that spring to mind, but the ones that we do have are very good. And Zoker is a prime example of that. But Swift Frazier, another character specialist, this incredibly knowledgeable Noob Saibot player that just knows how to play the game and knows how to apply the different tools and options that Noob Saibot has.
I know Ketchup got very excited watching that high-end level Noob Saibot. I mean, how could you not? It's definitely a character that you don't see every day. Not like some other characters, but here we go with them. But I think same could be said for Cabal in EU anyway. I think NA does have more Cabals or characters just being represented a bit more. But for EU, not so much. I think the only two known players for the character you just mentioned.
Yeah, Sonic Ninja, and then we have Zoker over here in this top 8. Swift Frazier, along with Magic T that we saw earlier on today, representing Noob Saibot in these top 8s. Swift Frazier as well, no slouch. Both these guys play a very spacing-heavy game, and I'm curious to see how they start playing against each other, because I don't think I've seen them play against each other, but that was a great jump kick OS right there. Straight away, forcing the breakaway. Unsafe, he's going to eat that 25%. Alright, so Frazier
Slow
just trying...
round so far.
Yeah, definitely. They're both just, feeling out the space right there. Commitment to the Nomad dash, but ate the Ghost Ball to the face. He's gonna find a confirm though, is Zoker. No breakaway for Sir Frazier.
Almost even. Bring it back. Good confirm. Good block on the low, excuse me.
Alright, now low hook grab, working out for him. Cheeky little mix up right there. Now that's not a move you see often taken with Cabal since the Ultimate patch.
It's going to be a double fatal blow situation. What's it going to be?
We're seeing run cancels straight away. That dash cancel, sorry, into the forward throw. One more situation is going to win the game for the throw being stuffed out by that down forward in the forward throw right there. Zoker taking the first round for himself, but 20 seconds left on the clock. That was definitely a slow round, like you said.
And it was a forward throw. Sweet Frazier was ready with the tech. Just wrong direction. Zoker striking first. Loses quarters.
And already a big chunk of Zoker's health bar has disappeared in just those two small instances. Noob hitting quite hard. That projectile, albeit a high, is very... Oh, great trade as well, and a block on the Nomad dash. Questionable decision making. Zoker definitely committing to a hard read. Alright, Swift Frazier, he has the corner positioning. He's got a huge health lead right now as well. Checks with the down 3 and confirms. Keeps Zoker standing enough for the throw. One more. He's gonna take it. And the 1-1-2 to close things out. Swift Frazier tying things up at 1 round apiece.
Joker has to fight his way out of this corner, man. He is just being bullied in there, just like that. I think he performs way better when not being cornered.
Definitely, but he definitely distributes the business when he has people in the corner, as we're seeing right over here, as he's slowly taking down Swift Frazier's health bar, approaching that halfway point on the left bar. More dash cancels. Swift Frazier trying to use that back one to fight his way out, maybe fishing. Oh, is he going to spend the KB over here? Does he have that from earlier? He does, indeed. One more hit is going to do it for Zoker in this first game. Oh, and the fatal blow! Nullifying the buzzsaw damage as it already connected. We go into the cinematic. This could potentially be the start of something. Noob is a character that hits hard, but without that fatal blow to confirm into, as the ender, it's going to be tough.
Man. He needs so much more than that. Yeah. Just a
Really?
little poke to stop whatever was coming.
Just a wise check from Zoker at that space, as Noob doesn't have the advancing mid to threaten you in that situation. Just checking him with a low, and Zoker taking the first game over here. But it's been very back and forth. Both players, when they had the control of the corner against the other person, made full use of that. You know, they maximized the damage output that they could whilst having their opponent in the corner. But the moment we go back into the neutral, it's very patient.
Noob Saibot. Cabal.
No surprises here. I think as expected. Actually, as I say that, I don't know about the variation. But no, it looks like the...
Same skin, it's probably the same one.
Right. I think it's fair to say.
Spirit Ball, Sickle Snack, and Shadow Slide indeed. Not rocking the amplified teleport option for the extension. I know a lot of new players think it's either Sickle Snack or the teleport. You know, you don't need both. You still churn out a fair bit of damage because there's utility in the other vessels as well. And that Ghost Ball does quite a lot of damage on hit as well. I think it's around 9%.
Yeah.
Right there, see, like he's won a projectile trade just like that. And the Nomad Dash, a big call-out attempt from Zoka right there. It's 254 damage for his troubles.
No fear from this man whatsoever. Probably trying to stuff the projectile.
Right now, Swift Frazier has just
Frazier.
gradually been chipping away at Zoker's health bar right now. He's got Fatal Blow right now. He's really low in life. Flawless.
Would be the start of something. Hold on a minute. Really is making this count. 2 bars.
Oh, and the block. Really good committing to the crouching block from Swift Frazier. Gets a Swift Punish as well. Going back slightly out of the corner as he gets that round for himself. Oh, I like how he's using the Spirit Ball just to get these little trades. Like, I mean, look how much damage he's already chunked on Zoker. Using that down back 4 excellently in the space to deny the lack of trade and damage.
Look at that patience, man. From Swift Frazier. Okay, we're taking the grab, not getting shimmied.
Alright, once again Swift Frazier taking the trade. Definitely
Good
winning
trade for
it
him.
as well, but the escape failed Mitsu. Could come back to haunt him.
Gets a jump, gets a slide instead. Speaking of jump
Was a-
over the throw.
Oh, I like the dash cancel on whiff. Keeping himself safe. Oh, the big drop.
What a check! What a down 1 check from Swift Frazier. Probably reading the grab, trying to low profile it.
I think so too. I mean, it was definitely like the empty jump. He pressed the down 1 straight away just to contest anything that Zoker was planning to throw out over there. Very good. Being able to just keep composure in that situation from Swift Frazier, because Zoker still had the throw KB. He still had room to work with. He had the Fatal Blow, but now we're at 1 game apiece.
So once again, I think would be surprising if there was going to be a character change, but I think this isn't even a matter of characters. Both have shown that they can make their characters work.
Yeah,
Once
I
again,
mean,
man.
they're both definitely character specialists, aren't they?
Right.
Just known and representing their characters, having played them pretty much the whole time that I've seen these guys in competitive Mortal Kombat rocking these characters. And, really, really high-level European players. But Noob, in this matchup, I really like the adaptations that we're seeing from Swift Frazier, because he's just content with taking these buzzsaws if he's winning the trades in health all the time. So it makes Zoker regress to this. And just, straight away, already the health lead is in Swift Frazier's favor. But Zoker's forced to just go back to the very, simplistic playstyle based around the dash and enforce the mind games very well. But it was a great jump in and confirm. Swift Frazier now working Zoker towards the corner. Oh, the flawless block didn't work out. Also didn't get punished. Nothing to worry about too much, but he is down on 2 bars.
Slow round again. Lots of zoning.
Really is a down 4 Antia right there. Confirms it into the slide for a cheeky 27%. Now the health bars have instantly been shifted. Swift Frazier now has the health lead. Fatal Blow on the side of Zoker. Gonna have to be careful with the down back 4. Trades with the air saw, and the slide is gonna close out the round. So Frazier, for the first time, has the lead in the set.
Fight.
And what does Cabal do against this? It's almost like guaranteed chip.
Just gradually work his way in as he would against any other character that is, you know, ready to throw projectiles in his face. I would say is one thing that Cabal doesn't excel at, is one of the major things, is forward advancing movement. Being forced to chase him down is being quite difficult for him, as Frazier cashing out in huge damage right there and hacking on nicely towards that KB with the 10 shadow requirement. I mean, that's also an option, just flawless block all the ghost balls on the way in. No chip.
I think he's blocking because of the fear of the slide.
I think you're right. Alright, clean jump. Oh, gets the punish. That was great. Tried to call out the armor break as well. Oh, what a challenge. Didn't commit though, Mitsu. Oh, the jump kick OS didn't work out for Zoker.
But he's safe.
Anyone's
It's gonna be alright. Not getting shimmy. Nice patience from Zoker.
The challenge again. And the down one throw again, Mitsu. So Frazier now up on the game. 2-1 over Zoker, bringing this back around with one very basic strategic adaptation, and it's worked out so well for him.
The Mortal Kombat Classic. Down one into a grab. Easy conversion of the plus frames. So Sweet Frazier looking really good, man. And at the end of this tournament, don't want to do the math, but he might actually end up in the top 8. Once again, he's currently 12th in the standings with 160 points. Win over Zoker could very well get him into the top 8. Top 8 now being currently taken by Zoker, as well as the 6th placer in the leaderboards with 280 points. So he's sitting a bit more comfortably in the standings.
He was definitely performing very well in previous Pro Comp Onlines. You know, he snagged himself some really nice points and sitting comfortably right now. And it is that top 8 that is going to be there qualifying in the regional finals for a chance at the bigger money. So Frazier now definitely fighting for more points. He is outside of that top 8, as you mentioned. Definitely looking really good right now in losers quarters. Really patient as well from Swift Frazier. Just this wall of defense, looking to find a hit, but Zoker as well being very patient in his approach, not overcommitting, gets thrown into the corner though.
It's just not getting hit. Sweet Frazier is so hard to open up, it almost seems like.
He's just not biting against the mind games that Zoker is trying to enforce, but a nice confirm, gets 227 damage and has a great positioning at the corner. Check
I think he was 2+. How did that grab whiff?
Just instantly checked it with the down force for Frazier, being absolutely ready for it, but the counter with the forward 2-2.
Very even round still. It's a short top attack. Empty short top. Taking something probably. Back one.
Oh, look at that damage. 20% just on that, and a back one dash cancel throw. Seeing that time and time again now, 13% has the corner. Both players really even health. The
Time as well. Chip not gonna be death. What's it gonna be?
Oh my goodness, because he jumped. The down 4, it just comboed into the slide over there, and just narrowly. So Frazier now is on set point. Great confirm.
Combo, Falcon. That was a combo, as you said, because he jumped. What a comeback from Sweet Frazier, who finds himself on match point against Zoker.
20% unbreakable knocks him back in the screen space as well. Good trade as well on the air. Buzzsaw Zoker now trying to work his way in. Jump kick.
Needs to make this count. Has him cornered. Good challenge.
Like that. He knew that Swift Frazier was going to challenge, so he went straight into his fastest button over there. Back one checks. Oh, gets countered by the forward 2-string. Don't think he had the shadows built up enough to use the KB over there, but the counter on the 1-1 forces the breakaway. And that, that slide was murder. She wrote Swift Frazier with the reverse sweep right here, taking 3 games straight after what looked like a very strong first game from Zoker, thus eliminating the lone You know, the third Italian in this bracket over here, Zoker, having fallen in the winner's side to Raichu and now falling to Swift Frazier, but still an excellent performance nonetheless.
Well, the good thing, still two Italians representing in the tournament,
Yeah.
but that will be it for Zoker. Once again, he's still in top 8, and he might actually make it further in the leaderboards by the end of this week. Once again, all the points not being counted off the week 4, as it's still an ongoing tournament. This sets up our final match in Losers Round 2, which is going to be the Italian Clash Falcons. Going to be Asarimatse versus Mirko.
Quite the team kill, is it not? But we've seen these guys play against each other many a time. And, you know, what an intense grand final set that they had last time. But now they're both here in the loser side. Only one of them is going to be advancing through. So Asarimatse, you know, premier Cetrion player within Europe, and Mirko, the same but for Scorpion. Pretty much the European Scorpion. You know, we have obviously got you know, resident like Mercer and stuff like that representing the CIS regions, but Mirko, the Italian Scorpion, has been this monster. You know, already was on the up and coming during Mortal Kombat X. With Mortal Kombat 11, really found his footing and really found a good way of playing how he likes to play Mortal Kombat. The last time the set came down really narrowly, very, very narrow, with Mirko just about taking it over Asarimatse. But considering these guys play a lot, what do you think this is going to be like, Mitsu?
I mean, I think this is a very honest matchup. This is going to be Scorpion versus Cetrion. The matchup itself, I think somewhat even. Maybe, I don't know who this is actually, you know, favors when it comes to the characters, but I think somewhat even. I think doable for both of these characters when it comes to the matchup between the players themselves. I think the same could be said there, that this is a toss-up, I think. I mean, this is literally between the 4th seed and the 5th seed. You know, Asarimatse 4th seed with 460 points, Mirko 5th with 350 points. So I think this is overall a very even matchup, and we shall see the result and the end of it in just a few seconds.
And it's crazy though, considering Mirko is 5th seed. The top 8 that Mirko made in Pro Comp Online, he won the whole thing. So those 350 points are just from getting that one first place. If he has a performance just as strong, he's going to be, you know, skyrocketing ahead a couple other people for sure. But right now, yeah, both these guys just incredibly strong. Probably the best players in Italy at the moment, with Zoker being that 3rd player. Just very, very prominent. And I think we're going to have a great set in our hands.
I think this should definitely send a message to all our viewers that only 1 week could just skyrocket you into the top 8. So it's definitely not too late to join the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro competition just yet. We have fantastic numbers overall. The growth has been absolutely fantastic. So the feedback has been very, very good from the players. I mean, for just this week, we had almost 150 players checking in. And, you know, one good performance could get you into the top 8 at the end of the season for the regional finals, and you could find yourself playing for $5,000.
Very true. Now, Murakozawa over here in the player 1 side. We got Asarimatse over here in the 2nd. Both these guys, you know, no strangers to these characters. We are going to just see a player matchup right here. This isn't really a character thing. Both these guys know each other's characters. They know their options against each other. This is going to be straight up. These guys know how each other plays, and you're going to see a lot of counter play that you'd only see from people who do play often. But here in loser side of top 8, very minimal margin for error if you're looking to acquire those all-important points for regional finals.
Your light does not fool me.
It shines from the good within.
Your heart is darker than Shinnok's.
Round 1.
Dang. Just like that. Here we go then.
Starts things off with that jump punch. Mirko now forces the break away from Asarimatse and checks him with the back 3. Gets that spear buff. He's working with that. So known for playing a very, very aggressive defense. The probably one of the most defensive players in this side of the world. And he's going to spend the KB straight away in this first round on that punish on the back 2. And the duck KB back to back.
That is a lot of damage for Setrion, man.
That really is, but 2 crushing blows spent on that very expensive. Using those resources to close out the first round, and Asadamati looked entirely in control.
Round 2. Fight.
Finds himself cornered. Doesn't mean too much for Scorpion anyway. Very early jump in. Just gets a poke as a punish. But here we go.
Tried to react right there, but got baited by Aso, who got the punish, gets the restand over here. But Mirko getting the OS from the jump kick, gonna end in the restand with the spear. Escape failed as well. Dangerous
Very
stuff.
well come into play. Oh, flawless block. I'm surprised. The second one might be scouted.
Oh my goodness, the spear. The Hail Mary just checking him, trying to dash in mid-screen. Wasn't far enough to trigger the KB, unfortunately, but Mirko right now, firing a few hits, gotta worry about that fatal blow.
One more hit.
Resource.
Is gonna do it, and there it is. Finds the 4-2 straight into the fatal blow. Is gonna close out this first game. Only took him 1 clean hit. Asadamati being a bit tricky with the spacing, slightly walks back, flips him clean with the 4-2.
Yeah, very
Strikes
excellent whip
first.
punish. Understanding his win condition, knowing that that's all he needed to look for was the hit, confirm it's a fatal blow, close out the first game. That worked out excellently for Asadamati because, you know, I did mention that he spent the KB the KBs early in the first round. But he did that. He played that game so explosively. He destroyed Mirko in the corner using these KBs. You know, the down 2 read, the 2-1-3 punish, and then after that, after he secured himself that round, it was really just, you know, he was getting stray hits quite often, and Mirko's finding himself getting hit just trying to get his way in. But that's the classic whenever you're fighting Cetrion.
Lost hive of the Kaitin.
So technically, I think realistically, no way there's going to be a character change.
Oh, for sure not. I don't think
And I
so.
like that, man. I like that there's so many players who are just like really character loyalists.
Yeah. I mean, the last 2 players we saw were definitely specialists, and these 2 players are no different.
Fight.
Here we go then. Match number 2. Very convincing game for Asadamati, that first match. Mirko has to find an answer here.
He's definitely had some incredible spacing so far as well. Mirko's definitely trying to work his way in and use his buttons how he wants to. You know, a very stagger-happy player, as we see many times. But right now, Asadamati has a nice health lead to work with, but challenged on the dash by Mirko.
Very good 1-1 challenge. Back-to-back, back threes. Finds the activation as well. Some extra damage.
Alright, that spear not going to work out. I think he tried to Earthquake over there and tried to punish with that double down. Didn't
Too
quite get the
late
input.
On the punish attempt, the teleport. Rather was expecting the amplification, which Mirko usually opts to go with. So tricky stuff for sure. Very even first round here. Both just shy out of that fatal blow.
And they've just built it as soon as he finished saying that. Trading a hit for a hit. This is still a single hit into a fatal blow is going to confirm the round, but as we approach the final moments in this round, 20 seconds left on the clock. Mirko trying to pick up the pace a little bit, gets the back throw. Still not dead.
This is still doable. This is still doable. The whip. No punish. Hold on a minute. The 1-1 anti-air into the fatal blow actually connected. I'm surprised.
I think that wouldn't have worked if Mirko neutral jumped or jumped backwards. I think because he jumped forwards, the second hit, because he was high enough, the second hit just about managed to keep the juggle going enough to confirm it's a fatal blow.
Right.
And that's crazy. It was like one of those only that situation would have worked for Asadamati, right? What a whip punish as well from Mirko.
Expensive sequence, man. For Mirko. Really pressing in the corner right now.
A short hop too, checking him. Forcing the roll out the
overheads.
corner. Yeah. Asadamati's being knocked down so much repeatedly.
Everything's working out for Mirko right now. What a turn of events.
Mirko just unfazed by everything that's happened so far. Punishes the Earthquake. Great presence of mind right there. I'm honestly surprised that Asadamati decided to Earthquake, to be honest.
Fight.
I think he must have tried to maybe catch the teleport in the beginning.
Maybe testing the waters as well. Trying to get
Maybe.
away with it.
Oh, the commitment from Mirko, not gonna work out. He's gonna get punished. He has the breakaway, and Asadamati just going for the down 2. Doing a bit more damage than if he would have gone for the deadly winds, but drops the punish!
Raw teleport. What is going on? But once again, as you said, the punish. Where is it? Gotta make
And
those
Mirko,
counts, man.
he jumped forwards in those minor plus frames as well from the deadly winds. Over here, the wall, the natural barrier, not going to work out. Forward throw over here, and that's going to give him Oki, and he has the corner with Fatal Blow. And the flawless! That's going to scale. I totally agree with the decision to spend the Fatal Blow there, because Asadamati had probably, he would have broken, you know, or rather, it's just a cover if he does break.
The pinata, the boulder, the cancel. What's gonna be so close? A lot of time left. And a raw spear from mid-screen, Falcon. Out of all things, what?
At that space, you are crazy to do that. But this is one of those things, you know, these guys play against each other a lot. Mirko is checking Asadamati's dashes because he knows when he's trying to dash. He's like, okay, in this situation, I'm very well aware that you're trying to advance at me. Boom. Like, he's caught him out with a 1-1 at times. And in this time right there, he just, you know, I mean, it's got great tracking on it anyway, the move in itself. If she did any button or jumped in any way, it was going to clip.
Cetrion.
So Mirko tied things up. 1-1, Mitsu.
This could be a very long set. Only
Could
thinking
be
about the
indeed.
strategy.
Shinnok's Bone Temple.
That was a scary situation, man. The second, like, both players are at like 8%, double fatal blow, mid-screen or even full screen, especially with 2 characters who have access to a teleport, you have no idea what happens next. Or what
It
could
becomes
be
a
happening
very big, like, game of chess almost, doesn't it? It's like you're just playing really, you're trying to play that one step ahead from your opponent, trying to figure out exactly what they're doing. But if you pull the trigger a bit too fast, you might get messed around for it. 16% throw as well from that flame buff.
Doesn't find the punish on the whiffed back 3.
Asadamati just choosing to play really, really reserved right now. Has a health deficit. Mirko doesn't need to do anything, to be honest. He has the health lead right now. Asadamati has no choice but to make an approach on him. And I mean, I think this is really wise. You know, honestly, he's walking it into the corner. Asadamati doesn't want him to be in the corner because Mirko's just going to reposition, isn't he? With teleport cancel right there. Look at that. And now he's got all this side of the screen to work with. Gets the jump kick OS. Oh my goodness. Mirko is playing with his food right now, Mitsu.
Air to air. And the back 3, man. Could be the start of something.
Cetrion doesn't
Resets.
hurt too much per individual touch, but these things can really start to rack up. Still on that fatal blow, a good block right there on the back 3, but Asa,
Even
he's gonna
time,
have
man.
a couple more hits might do the job for it. Right, Deadly wins. 7 seconds on the clock. He just
Wow.
needs a fatal blow.
Yeah. Good punish with the back 2 as well. That was really cheeky from Asadamati, that super fast jump into the Hell's Wrath. I think that's the only way he avoided the down 4 from Scorpion. Brilliant
I
stuff.
think you're right there. Okay, Asadamati just trying to check this space and this space alone. Mirko has an exceptional movement with Scorpion, honestly. His movement's very, very good. So Asadamati, you see him going for these preemptive natural barriers, these down 4s, these back 3s, forward 2s. And right there, a confirm right there. Keeps him standing, but only 20%.
Also
Gets
go
the
with the
punish.
1-1-2 split in case of a breakaway. Smart stuff from Mirko.
Right there, almost 30%. Whiffs the interactable, but no punish from Asadamati. Has his back in the corner.
To fight his way out of there. As I say, the teleport. We find ourselves mid-screen again. And I wonder if Cetrion can actually punish the spear with the ground pound. It's deceivingly fast,
I think she can.
right?
And, so over here, this is really just a situation upon a situation right there. Breaker has been forced. Mirko right now looking pretty dominant, only needs one clean touch to close this out. Doesn't work out for him. The 1-1 confirm into the fatal blow. Asadamati
Speaking one touch. Speaking of one clean touch, Falca, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. 4%.
I don't. Oh my goodness, that solar beam right at the end, making us think twice. But I mean, come on. 1-1 fatal blow with Cetrion. Yeah, that thing hits hard. We should know this. Okay, committing to the full string to run away. I like that.
The cheeky stuff. Good opening with the 4-2.
Now I like the decision to use the 2-1 there, as Mirko has definitely been challenging on the restand. Down 4 check. Oh, it didn't punish.
This is like the third time.
Missed opportunity. Very big missed opportunity for Asadamati, but it's not like the punish would have hurt too hard over there. Mirko now starting to build a little bit of momentum, gets thrown though.
Grab. Oh, another big opening.
Yeah, using the interactable, definitely a better damage cash out. Look at that nice ender.
That was really smart. Great presence of mind as well.
And a max range punish with the forward 2. Great matchup knowledge right there. Asadamati now looking a lot stronger in that game, Mitsu.
Like I said, man, this could be a long set, and it definitely is looking like this is exactly what we're getting. Asadamati taking the lead here in the set, but I don't think we've seen the last out of Mirko just yet.
I don't think so either. I mean, Mirko is probably the last player that I think would succumb to nerves or, you know, something like that. He's a very composed player because his constant play style is very erratic to someone that doesn't know what he's, you know, who hasn't really watched Mirko before. But he's a very reactionary player. He's a very heavy player, you know, focused on. He just makes a lot of really ballsy reads sometimes, and other times he just reacts almost instantaneously to pretty much anything people throw at him. And it makes his playstyle look very erratic, and he does play quite risky sometimes, but there's a lot of like fundamental intelligence behind that play that you start to notice when you're watching a Scorpion of this caliber.
Round 1, fight.
Here we go then. Potentially the final match? Question mark?
Potentially, indeed. The Vine Grab not going to get punished, but gets the breakaway anyway. Asadamati now doesn't have to worry about that Hellport cancel, choosing to play a little bit on the aggressive.
Hold on a minute. Is this a different variation? I think it's a different skin. Or am I tripping?
Right.
I mean, even if so, what could it be? He still has the Burning Spear.
Well, we know Mirko to play Searing Rage as well. Oh, what a whip punish through the natural barrier amplification. Great spacing from Mirko.
Show me the death spin then.
I didn't quite get a look at the loadouts beforehand.
Oh! Active phrase voice.
Drops the end of the pickup. Big punish opportunity, but no whiff punish from Asadamati.
But at least gets a flawless block. I like it.
No, he's got the Hellport cancel. It's the same variation. Spends the KB, shows him the heal. No, drops the combo though. That's not something you could be doing in this stage.
Not like this, Mirko. There is no way.
Oh,
there is no way, Mirko! Out of all things, he dropped that?
That's like a combo he does 50 times a day. Oh, he's not dead. He's not dead. It's still anyone's game, and the teleport. He baited him so hard. These guys just baited each other, sequence after sequence.
Round 2.
And Mirko gets that round, which is a huge win for him, because he's down in the set, and Asadamati uses Fatal Blow.
What a turn of events, man. Mirko, this guy has no fear, man. The minute the heat is on, this guy has no fear whatsoever. I love it. What a way to take it back after that drop.
Just jumping forwards and challenging Asadamati right here. Playing with the space a little bit, trying to get Aso to whiff.
I didn't believe in the back two.
What? Let's not talk about that. Gets the launch right here. Mirko spending the bars on the confirm. 312 damage. Just staggering Asadamati's lights out. Oh my goodness, the back three going straight over the down 4.
Is Mirko going to take us into a final game? Or does Asurimatse close it out early?
Oh, well, the whiff punish like that, it looks like we could be going to a final game. Mitsubi's gonna be bleeding on the KB, but he's not dead yet. Down a fatal blow, and the down 4 check is gonna close things out.
So it is written, Falcon. It is going to be a 2-2 situation in this Italian clash. Losers
Honestly,
round 2.
I don't think we could have expected anything different. We've, seen these guys go down so narrowly to the wire every single time that we've seen them play. And this is not a situation where Asurimatsu can reset the bracket. This is a situation where it's a do or die now, because we're in final game territory. So the little errors, the missed punishes, the tiny mistakes that started to rack up are going to be really important now. It's going to be who minimizes their mistakes the most in this final game in order to advance in this losers.
Boy, oh boy.
The winner of this set has got a tough opponent ahead of them as well. No slouches in this top 8.
Yeah, but
Frazier is sitting just ahead.
when you're either Mirko or Asurimatsu, you don't want to think about that.
Yeah.
And hopefully they're not.
These guys are
sake.
tournament winners. They're grand finalists. They've been exceptionally high level and placing European players since Mortal Kombat 11 has dawned.
Here we go then. Final match between Mirko and Asurimatsu. EU West Week 4. Let's go.
Push yourself.
All right, Mirko committed, and Aso
Finally
shades of the
finds
game
punishment.
one.
Finally finds the punish on the teleport. Do not let him get away with that. That is death for Scorpion.
All right, he's gonna get the hit. I think he shimmied Mirko over there. 20% keeps him standing. The dash up throw is very ballsy considering Mirko's been challenging. He definitely knew that Mirko would respect over there. And
Very good blocks,
oh,
man.
catches the helport cancel as well with the micro duck on the standing 3. That was so fast you didn't even see it.
Again, this is Mirko, man. Not gonna matter who he is. It's going to be Asurimatsu with match points over Mirko to eliminate him from the tournament. Needs one more round.
Asurimatsu showing how he made a winner's top 8 right over here. Looking really, really solid. Mirko right now, no stranger to the win in the set. But took a few too many risks in that last round. And no OS from the jump kick on hit. Okay, gets checked by that back 3. Restands again. Oh, the flawless block. Okay, he was definitely looking for a trip guard with that back one. Not gonna worry too much, because there's only a little bit of damage. Oh, the max range forward 2, he caught it.
Beautiful punish from that range as well.
Okay,
That's a forward 4. It's gonna be good.
Again.
Little shimmy, yeah.
This is now a dangerous situation for Mirko, as Aso is on set point right here. One more touch into Fatal Blow. Now, one more touch into Fatal Blow from either of these players is going to win the round.
He's not getting shimmied, man. He's okay with the grab.
Oh, the 1-1 blew up the helport cancel, but the down one check on hit. My goodness, Mitsu.
I mean, of course. Did he have another chance? What else could he have done? Somehow squeezes that little down 1 in there, straight into the forward 4. That was robbery. But I think this had to happen. Double match point, man.
We are here in the final match, losers quarters between these two incredibly strong Italian players. Mirko, playing mega disrespectfully to win that last round there. It worked out great for him.
He had to.
Has another chance at life. 4th throw. Okay, what's he gonna make of it? Oh, and a flawless block reversal. No breakaway from Asurimatsu. Gets kept standing, the forward 4. Mirko, all this unbreakable damage.
Has to watch his feet here, man.
Oh, the trip guard.
This is looking really good for Mirko all of a sudden. Does Asurimatsu have a comeback in him as well? Getting shimmied, very good patience. The down 4 is going to be good, the pinata.
Alright, Asurimatsu. Oh, the back throw, is that going to do it? That is Mirko with stealing away that round before and then using that momentum to just take the remainder of the set, looking super strong.
And it
Commiserations.
was a friendship.
Yeah, commiserations though to Asodamatsu, who's been playing very, very well, throughout the top 8. But Mirko is going to be the lone Italian to continue on through the losers bracket. Is going to have to fight against Frazier next. And that is going to be an interesting matchup. Scorpion and Noob Saibot.
Classic battle of the ninjas. But man, oh man, what a set we just witnessed. It was one of those long and grueling sets, which makes you almost feel like sad that someone has to lose, but that is the brutal nature of fighting games, man. Someone's O has got to go. And
there's only one winner.
Exactly. And unfortunately, Asarimatse, after looking so good, man, trying to fight his way to victory, falling short. How unfortunate. But before we jump into the next set of matches, let's take a quick look at the bracket to see the story of the tournament so far. So we will actually go to the winner side of action for now, which is going to be Video Games Yo versus Raichu. I mean, this isn't just the UK clash, this is the Brothers Act.
Yeah, it's CGL's own. They got Video Games Yo over here, they got Raichu over here in the winners finals. Two of these, these guys are, arguably the two best players in the European region right now, right? They have been incredibly dominant throughout Mortal Kombat 11. They've been on the up and coming and just consistently been, dismantling their opposition. And they often do end up finding themselves in a winner's final situation or a grand final situation.
And that, I think, for a reason. But before we jump into the action, let's talk about the presenting partner of the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition, the PS4 Tournament Open Series. PS4 tournaments are weekly competitions for all skill levels. Just go ahead and visit the competition center, the one destination that has Mortal Kombat content and gives you access to all the tournaments, which are very easily accessible. Go ahead and go to compete.playstation.com to find all the goodness, and who knows, maybe we can find you here as well amongst all these players, be it in the open series or the pro competition. Go ahead, there is still plenty of opportunities, plenty of weeks, plenty of cash, plenty of points to be won. Go ahead and join the action.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a great way to get involved, get your foot into the competitive door if you've never delved into that realm before. But without further ado, both players are over here and ready to go. Raichu and Video Games Yo. Now, Raichu, known for being an Aaron Black player from the beginning of his rise in the competitive in the competitive area, but also has played characters like Scarlet earlier on. Is known for playing like a few different characters. Has a Sindel as well, very strong. But VGY, we were talking about individual character specialists earlier with Frazier and Zoker, Asodamatsu, Mirko. But Video Games Yo is a multi-character specialist. And over here, he's rocking the Joker, which we do not get to see very often in Europe. Shout-outs to people like Law, who represent this character, and Mr. Jack Spratt and others. And right here, I don't know if there's a specific thing about this matchup which would encourage VGY to play it, but I assume that Raichu is picking Aaron as a comfort pick in the matchup.
I'm quite excited, actually, to watch a Joker again tournament. So let's see how this one plays out.
He's an incredibly impressive character. Look at that, standing 2 straight into the kapow. All this damage, drops the combo though, but the trip guard with the back 2 string ends in the command grab, gets the corner positioning with a nice tack at 26%. Raichu. VGY, rare occurrence of him getting shimmied right there. And a command grab. Calling out the respectful patience. Raichu now takes the first round for himself in this winner's finals.
5 more bullets remaining, plenty of which to make something happen with.
Alright, that forward 2 not going to work out. Walking him down with the Jack in the Box right there. James Yo trying to make something happen, but Raichu hasn't been biting. The forward 2-1 going to work out. Forces the breakaway.
The 4-2.
Yeah, didn't want to spend the KB. Gonna get huge damage regardless. 35%. Still has access to that forward 2-1-2 KB. Right now, he's got a better position to work with. He got 17% on the meter when he spent the bar on the command grab. Down for Jack in the box. Oh, the flawless block.
Beautiful punish. Pop. 3 more bullets. Oh, misses up the combo. And just the steady 2 to keep him in check.
That was not so good.
What happened there?
I think he knew that the final hit wasn't going to work, so he just tried to go for a soft reset situation.
Alright.
Throw didn't kill VG1. Oh, the flawless block and the Jack in the box.
It's gonna be.
Raichu somehow alive, but at forward 1. Devastating mid. Checks him, and now we are tied at 1-1 in these rounds.
Devastating mid, man. That is one way to put it. Beautiful.
It's one of the scariest buttons in the game.
It indeed is. No more bullets. Or Raichu.
Oh, the wake-up buttons. Huge
It's gonna
call
be
out.
good. 1-2. And I think he's trying to actually bait out a flawless block attempt from Raichu. That's why he's doing all of those empty jump-ins. That's what I think what it is anyway. It's the side switch as well.
Ends in that kapow as well. Chunky damage right there, 30%. Yeah, makes him block that jumping gesture. Really plus for anyone that isn't aware when you spend the bar and it comes down on you. And right now, you know, VGY has an exceptional position to work with. Raichu, health deficit, but has Fatal Blow available. And you can't get the punish on. I don't even know if Aaron can punish kapow, actually.
Slides, potentially?
I don't think it's fast enough. Okay, flawless block in the forward 2-1. Couldn't get anything from it, though. No overcommitment from Video Games Yo.
Watch the Fatal Blow, man. Don't forget about it.
Exactly.
Don't forget about it.
Might have been a little bit too overzealous with that Jack in the Box, but Raichu, tried to get the punish. It was a reversal as well. It's just not fast enough, it seems.
Time is slowly becoming a factor. Not gonna matter the Jack in the Box to seal the deal. That was a long game 1.
Probably tried to flawless block that Jack in the Box after the forward dash. Didn't work out as it would seem for Raichu. As Video Games Yo, that was honestly, for as aggressive as both these guys play, that was quite a slow first game. But Video Games Yo displaying a solid Joker as well. And this isn't a character I've often seen him play. You know, we do often see Video Games Yo. It started out as the Shao Kahn of the world, and then started playing characters like Johnny in tournament, like Fujin, and has done damage absolutely just devastating the European region with these characters. But now Joker in the arsenal as well, showing it off over here in the winners finals of Pro Comp Online. But a character switch to Liu Kang.
Liu Kang, yes sir. This is cool about just like roster loyalists. You never know who might come up next on the screen. So it is going to be a Liu Kang from Raichu now.
Fight.
Let's see if it makes a difference.
Definitely going with use the top 5 character to fight the top 5 character. I think Liu Kang, solid throughout, probably feels a lot more comfortable. Probably just picked Aaron in the beginning just as a comfort pick, as they feel, good on the character. But the breakaway being forced, no punish.
Oh, what a jump on that throw. Lots of staggers from Video Games Yo.
Right now, he's trying to enforce some of that fireball game just at the space. Really good movement as well with Liu.
So same could be said.
Oh,
Joker.
I think Flying Kick actually punishes Kapow and Jack in the Box when you stand block it because they're minus 14, and the Jumping Jester being checked by the Flying Kick.
I mean, even chip at this point, man. Look at that 7% left. The command grab.
Dash up Kasari Slam has the Dragon's Fire buff to work with in the corner, but the jump kick, the air to air, working out for Video Games Yo as he takes that round for himself.
That was really brave, man. To jump against a Liu Kang who has you cornered, who has Fatal Blow locked and loaded.
Yeah, the wake-up jump forwards. The gall, the gumption on this man. Alright, gets checked by the low. And the anti-air.
Good anti-air. Making it safe as well against a potential breakaway.
This is just unrelenting. And yep, the punish straight away on the Kapow with the flying kick. Spacing out that 4-2-1 very, very narrowly. Remarkable defense
Lots
as
of
well
respect.
from Josh. But as
Lots
I
of
say
respect.
that,
Yeah, good spacing from Video Games Yo, man. Blowing up those wake-up buttons attempts. And maybe Raichu is currently showing too much respect.
it seems almost like he has to. The way that Video Games Yo is utilizing Joker's good backdash, long-ranged buttons, and fast mid options as well, and he's utilizing all of that stuff, incorporating it with these specials, you know, with down 4, with these neutral jumps. He's playing in a way that forces Raichu to be in the corner, but he's giving him the space to work his way out the corner. He's just presenting every single decision that he wants to make as a risky decision, which is so hard to play against. So VGY is doing, you know, similar to what he does with Fujin. He's just using this the space control that his character will allow him to use, and just bullying you with that, you know, not letting you really move your way out the corner.
Special Forces Desert Command.
So he's going back to his guns, pun intended. Going back to Aaron Black, getting his tournament, winner's tournament life anyway.
Scud shot,
All
cattle
good.
toss, and
Oh, boy.
enhanced, locked, and loaded. We're seeing the same Joker variation, of course. Kapow and Jumping Jester, solid loadout for Joker. That Kapow is a very, very destructive tool as well. Look at that. Forced the breakaway. Had he not, he would have eaten over 30% for it. Alright, we're going to see a confirm. He's going to spend the damage over here. 342. The Jumping Jester.
Uh-huh.
Alright, Raichu right now.
Raichu has Video Games Yo cornered.
He does. He's trying to emulate the same thing that's happening back to him. No punish opportunity on the Kapow, but gets a drop kick for his troubles. Knocks him fully into the corner as well. Conversion into the
Good
acid.
confirm. Very smart confirm. Case of a breakaway.
Alright, poke into poke just to challenge the fast highs, but the KB!
What a punish, man.
Raichu, yeah, not wanting to. Oh my goodness!
Very smart stuff indeed from Raichu, man. Very smart stuff indeed. And I think that should be round. Yes.
I was scared for a second, you know. I thought he was going to survive with like a pixel of health, but Video Games Yo got a bit too overzealous with those jumping, with the jack-in-the-boxes, and, you know, Ansley went for the chip damage right here. He's going to find himself a great hit confirm. Uses the down 2, 25%, unbreakable.
The wheelchair just melted. The acid. What a sight.
And the flawless block punish on the jack-in-the-box right there. Great display of matchup knowledge from Raichu, but that forward dash punish, the 2-1. Right here, Video Games Yo cashing out and a lot of damage for himself right now. Dashing up as well, using that full string. Trying to close the space, Joker being very safe and very threatening. The character has long-range buttons like this and very good movement.
Wow.
It's a scary tool.
I mean, we're almost like seeing the whole command list from Joker, man. Utilizing him to the fullest extent.
Oh, the chip avoided, and that's all he could really last through, as the chip was going to close out that round. Video Games Yo now on set point, looking to make Grand Finals winner's side. Incredibly dominant right now with his Joker. But Raichu still in this. Isn't over for him yet. Okay, can't get the punish, gets the drop kick though.
Yeah, at least something. Get the space, at least. If you can't get the punish.
Now the
reload.
scary thing is, VGY makes the adaptation for the neutral jump on it, but right now he's got the corner. Oh, Josh
Speaking
tried
of
to
which,
press.
Falcon.
Oh, he blocked it the first time he used it. Back 2-2 slide. It didn't work out for him. And now he's eating so much damage, Mitsu, without the break.
So ready, man. He just
Oh, the
seems so
back that's
ready.
Jumping Jester. Okay,
I mean-
no. Okay, that's it. That was sick. He just knew everything right there was according to VGY's plan, as he now triumphantly moves into the Grand Finals winner's side with a very, very strong 3-0 over his brother.
This Joker is looking like a problem, Falcon. This Joker is looking like a problem.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you, like I was saying this briefly before in that final round, when you have a character like Joker who has far range buttons, solid mids, you know, fast highs that go very far, he's got the good movement, good neutral jump. When you pair all of those things together and you give it to a player like Video Games Yo, who's already like, in my opinion, like one of the best in the entire scene when it comes to movement, it is ridiculous just what people like this can do, you know?
I mean, it's
But
fair to say. We saw that with his Fujin as well, not too long ago, earlier as
Yeah.
well. So his movement definitely being on point, and there's a reason why he finds himself in grand finals. But for now, let's focus on the loser sides of Action Falcon.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's not the end of the road for Raichu right here as well. He is going to be in losers finals at minimum. Going to be placing at third. Going to be playing against the winner of Swift Frazier and Mirko. Now that is going to be an exceptional match because once again, character specialist Swift Frazier, the noob Cybot player hailing from Sweden versus the Italian wolf himself, carrying on the hopes of his fellow Italians. Mirko representing Scorpion, and you know, but with that match, it's really just a matter of both these guys are so smart. It's going to be a very much, I don't know how much they play, but just adapting to each other on the fly. But before we can get into all that, we do want to give a quick shout out to Astro Gaming, the official audio partner. We want to give a big thanks to them for the Mortal Kombat Pro Competition. Partner of them, the caster audio is provided by Astro, is powered by them for the entirety of the season. Head over to astrogaming.com to find out more of all of their officially licensed PlayStation audio products, which are all available now.
Very, very well done. So we are very well into the tournament. As a matter of fact, only mere sets away from crowning this week's champion. But for now, it's going to be the clash between Sweden's finest, Swift Frazier, against the Italian Mirko. So we touched on that earlier. It's probably going to be a matchup between the classic ninjas, Noob Saibot versus Scorpion. Anything else would be surprising for me anyway. And I think when it comes to the players, this is a matchup between someone who's very patient in Swift Frazier against someone who's just very wild in Mirko. So I have no idea how to call this one, but I think we are in for a treat, Falcon.
Yeah, they're very different dynamics of players, aren't they? So Swift Frazier is the kind of player, and his play represents he tends not to press buttons unless he has a very valid reason to press buttons. Mirko, on the other hand, you know, no stranger and not afraid to just stagger on you all day and enforce his own game plan, really get in your head and play as high pace as he wants to. Very reactionary, very heart-in-the-sleeve player as well.
No true Linque could stomach you. Does that include your brother? What brother?
Round one. Fight.
Bihan is so rude, man.
Good stuff, it's good stuff. Here we go then. Loser semifinals. Mirko with Scorpion. Swift Frazier with a patented Noob Saibot. Here we go.
Oh, the challenge straight away. I love that. Right there, going for the optimal, forcing the break as well from Mirko. Now, if Mirko gets opened up by anything significant, it is going to hurt a fair bit. We do know Noob Saibot hits like quite the truck. Alright, the down one check on from Swift Frazier over here, using that 9-frame mid to establish a bit of presence, ending in that slide, but Mirko right now trying to just inch his way forwards, hit confirming these pokes. Oh, that was a big whiff on the throw. It's not something you see often from Mirko.
Good punish
Tried to
as
get
well.
that excellent punish indeed. Tried to go for that max range over there, that Stretch Armstrong to really pull him in, but didn't quite work out for him. Oh, the back three clean over him.
Even against Noob Saibot?
Oh, the flawless block mind game off it. No counter pokes for
Three,
you.
man. So strong, that button, man.
Alright, we see. Oh, the absolute guts on this man, just walking him down. Just catwalking across the stage right now. So Frazier trusting his reactions. Oh, that was really unlucky for him as Mirko gets a nice punish on that whiff throw. Has the corner to work with. Plus frames. Throw tech.
Mirko answering back. The second round.
Final round.
Barely took damage there. Very convincing stuff.
Yeah, looking like a different kind of beast right now. Has the corner. 2-1 staggering on Swift Frazier quite a lot. Okay, no throw tech this time, but also didn't get a wrong tech, which is really important. 2-2, not going to work out.
It's going to be a counter. No escape fail.
Yeah, Mirko is really just starting to tack on every small little bit of damage. Slowly chipping away at Swift Frazier's health bar. But after that KB, he's going to get a nice chunk over here. Swift Frazier only just built back that breakaway. Got shimmied by the forward 4, and that is the game.
What a sequence from Mirko, man. And I think the second he got Sweet Frazier cornered, that's the second he really thrived in this first match.
Yeah, I mean, it was really just at that point when you can't, like, you know, you're dealing with Mirko, you're dealing with Scorpion, like a character that is constantly staggering on you as well. He was using that standing 2 to enforce things, you know, using that standing 2-1, using the down 4s. But also, Mirko likes to play a lot in the air. So there's other factors to consider, and I feel like Swift Frazier just maybe felt a little bit overwhelmed in that corner.
When you don't have that access to a cancel teleport, which easily can get you out of harm's way, that could be, you know, trouble. That is for sure. Let's see if Sweet Frazier can reverse the situation, especially after that first round was looking really good.
Yeah, definitely.
Round 1. Fight.
So Frazier is definitely a high-level player as well. You know, understands the Scorpion matchup. Quite a homework-heavy player, as you will find from his knowledge and application of it. Mirko right now, unsuccessful in finding the hits that he's looking for, so Frazier kicking things off with a nice little health lead. Okay, 16% just on that raw slide being amplified. The escape failed though. Danger looming on the horizon. Force for Frazier as he's probably gonna get, yep, he spends the KB right there.
Already.
Just don't, I mean, so Frazier's got good throw techs, right? So he's just saying that, yep, gonna spend it right now.
Yeah, go
Both
for
on
it.
the other escape failed. It's not gonna matter too much, but he does have the spear buff. Throw counter. Oh, the flaws block was great, but forces the breakaway as well from Mirko. Now Swift Frazier is in kill territory, but so is Mirko. Overcommitment though on the string, and Mirko's just gonna end it in the spear, get the corner, get the round.
So
Very-
clutch, man.
That
This
was a
then is
tough
just
drop.
so clutch.
Oh, it reacted straight away to the spear ball.
It's another grab. Hey! Another crushing blow. No breakaway available whatsoever. Can go crazy here. 32%.
And there's the punish. Mirko spending all of that to keep it unbreakable, as there was defensive bar on the side of Swift Frazier, who has the fatal blow, but Mirko sitting at almost full health right now. This is a difficult match when you have to chase the Scorpion.
Trying to check him. The way in with the down 4. Short top is going to be good. And, ooh, what confirmed? A down 3. Straight into a 1-1. That was a beautiful confirm. Just for good measures.
Mirko looking really confident right now in his gameplay as well. Just kind of understanding that when he has the health lead, I mean, he was doing this against Asadematsu as well, right? When he has the health lead, he's just kind of play back. He just looks for jump kicks, he looks for stray hits, because he's looking for a means of hit confirming, or a means of just, you know, killing you on the spot if you slip up. And that's really what he's been doing. Swift Frazier looked really strong in the first round, but looked a little bit lost towards that last round.
Scorpion. Noob Cybot.
So I think the fact that Scorpion, of course, being able to teleport kind of nullifies Noob Cybot's strength here, or even Sweet Frazier's strength. I mean, we've seen him getting so much mileage out of the slides, out of the spirit balls, just good old zoning. But against Scorpion, especially against Mirko's Scorpion, not so much a
Yeah.
threat.
Round one.
Proving to be really difficult just to kind of, work on finding the hits. Spirit Ball, gonna get a nice little chunk of 9% to start things off. Now the 2-on-2 being blocked. I like the just using the slide a little bit more, maybe. Mirko has definitely been playing a lot in the air. No commitment as well on the back two. Oh, instant reaction.
Cancel the back two.
Sir Fraser just walking Mirko down towards the corner. That wave dash is up straight into that forward throw. What's he gonna do? Makes him guess. The forward 3-4 gonna cash out. Strike throw game working out entirely for Mirko. Spending all the bar keeps him standing into that throw as well. The Oki for him.
Puts himself in the corner. Does that matter? Might, if he opens him up with the 2-on-2.
Oh my god, the after image made me thought differently. I thought he might have been caught, but Mirko now on set point. Looking to eliminate Swift Fraser 3-0. He's gonna have to fight back a lot harder if he wants a chance to stay in this tournament.
I mean,
Oh,
being
escape
cornered
failed.
is definitely a very bad start. That escape failed, only adding up to his troubles. Swift Fraser has to make something happen here. Mirko's all over him.
Spends the KB as well. That damage. The life is taking down. He's bleeding, and the throw gets tech though. No, KB. Oh my goodness, again. Mirko's resilience, 16% on that throw. And the back three low crush. One more hit will do it for him. The down four teleport. I mean, why not in that situation, right?
Wow.
That, Mitsu, was, from myself, very unexpected. I did not expect a 3-0 when
Same here.
going into this set. Because I think, commiserations to Swift Fraser, who has fallen in this bracket. But he's been playing fantastic. Earlier on in those sets, both against, when he was playing against Uvility as well, was really, really good. But ultimately, Mirko showing why he has won, the ESL Open Series, the monthly finals, why he has won the Pro Comp Online EU West weeks and things like that as well. He has been an incredibly strong player and is showing that same level of consistency here in the loser side of the bracket, where he's got to fight against a Raichu in the losers finals.
And he's proven why he's one of the best EU players, I think, considering as well, man. Mirko just overall a very, very strong player, very flashy player, and I think a player that a lot of people enjoy watching. And speaking of watching, let's take a look at this bracket and see how this tournament is progressing. We are 2 sets away, 3 potentially if a reset will happen, of crowning a champion. Video Games Yo finds himself comfortably in grand finals, awaiting the winner between Raichu and Mirko. Potentially a rematch between Video Games Yo and Raichu, or the clash between Mirko and Video Games Yo, respectively. But before we get into the action more, let's talk a bit about Mortal Kombat 11 gear. Check out the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition merch store. Go ahead and visit amazon.com/Mortal Kombat to browse through some apparel, be it for the Intercontinental Kombat, the North American League, Liga Latina, whatever. Go ahead and buy yourself some shirts, some accessory for your phone. All the goodness can be found at amazon.com/Mortal Kombat. But for now, it is going to be 2 more sets to find out who is going to be the winner of the EU West Week 4 tournament. And, to conclude this week's action, the Intercontinental Kombat. Oceania is done, EU East is done, Middle East is done, and this is going to be the last event of the evening, of the afternoon, whatever it is. It's been a very long day. But speaking of which, I'm going to tag in catch up for the time being. We're going for a quick break, and after we continue, it's going to be more Mortal Kombat action. Stay tuned in just a bit.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Europe West. This time, we are in top 3 of the Pro Competition Online. I am joined by none other than P&D Ketchup as well to bring you the action this evening.
So we're in top 3 territory. We're going into that all-important losers finals, find out who that kind of final player into grand finals is going to be. I think it really is that wonderful selection of the best so far. We can take a look. It's going to be Mirko going up against Raichu first, and then whoever wins that goes on to fight Video Games Yo, who is currently sitting pretty in grand finals. So I think that it's a great demonstration, I think, over EU talent right now. Raichu and Video Games Yo, we don't really see them that much in the Open Series, which is a part of PS4 tournaments. They don't really enter those all that much, but Mirko is an absolute dominant powerhouse in Open Series. So it's kind of like when it's not VGY and it's not Raichu, it tends to be Mirko at the moment. So it's a fitting top 3, I think.
Yeah, definitely. You know, these 3 players have been cooking up a storm, especially since a lot of our gameplay has transitioned to the online competitives, you know. In any form of online tournament, these guys have pretty much been the ones standing at the top, you know, along with other familiar faces, people like Asadamatsu and stuff. You know, you're seeing these names very commonly in EU competition at the highest level. But Video Games Yo, I think, honestly, it is really no surprise that we see him in winner's side of grand finals. But the losers finals match is something quite unpredictable, because it's not often we get to see Raichu clash with Mirko.
Yeah, we see them in the same tournaments a lot, but we don't necessarily see them go head to head. So that's a really good point. In matchup wise, that we know that Mirko tends to really go with that Scorpion. When the absolute chips are down, we have seen the Jackie from him, but it seems to be like absolutely when, you know, he wants to give himself that absolute edge of a chance.
Yeah, for sure.
That's really all I can say, because I don't think he wants to pick Jackie all that much. He is the Scorpion.
He just needs to have the top tier in the pocket because he's a serious competitive player, right?
Yeah, wise man once said pick a top tier. But now also Raichu, the kind of player that he's been playing so many different characters recently that it's hard to predict, because I know Aaron Black is the favorite. Aaron Black is the main. We've seen Scarlet from him. Historically, we've seen Sindel as well. We've seen Fujin. We've had some extra information watching him in Open Series action recently, and it's all given us a bit of an insight over what his current team is looking like. Because it's not just Aaron Black anymore.
He's known to have the Johnny, you know, when he played Scarlet earlier on in this top 8 as well, and making top 8 with Scarlet as well, you know, exceptionally good with that character. And it would be, I think, you know, against Scorpion, I don't really feel like Aaron has any necessary advantages. I feel like when Raichu was playing against Video Games Yo, there was a comfort pick with Aaron Black, you know, kind of going back to the Aaron Black. But right here, we're seeing the Scarlet pick as well, which I figured would be the choice for this matchup, because I can't really imagine why you would want to pick Aaron over here.
But it's going to be the Scarlet again. And let's take a look. It's going to be Blood Ritual and the same variation, actually. Actually, not quite. He has got the teleport. Did he have the teleport before? I always kind of forget what moves he had beforehand. But you know what? Who cares? Because he's going in with a very similar loadout. And we'll see how this one works through now. Blood Ritual, something that I haven't seen. Again, this whole variation of Scarlet is not something that we're used to seeing, is it, Falcon? Because we have the Retribution instead of Boiling Point. We have the Ritual, which, you know, is that kind of really cheeky game ender. Curious to see how far we can go here as Raichu starts things off with the Scarlet again.
Well, this is one of the great benefits about the Ultimate patch, right? About being able to play customs, is catering a loadout to your playstyle. And this is really representative of that. That Burning Spear, nice damage on that forward throw. And the Flawless Block straight away. Raichu, no stranger to doing that against almost anything.
I mean, being able to start a match with this much intensity is something that I don't even understand how they do it. The fact that we start a round and within seconds we're already seeing these kind of clutch Flawless Blocks, the kind of stuff that is definitely nowhere near as easy as it looks either. But Raichu able to demonstrate absolutely the anti-airs, the Flawless Block. Right now, a lot of pressure being put on from Mirko, the 2-1 plus frames. Staggering the standing 2 as well. The stagger game of Mirko always, I think, has been his most impressive area with Scorpion.
Yeah, definitely. He forces people to respect and start playing at the tempo that he defines. Oh, the Flawless Block straight away, Raichu not letting any of that slide. The 4-3-4 blown up straight away, but that doesn't work out. The OS into the spear as well. He gets the corner reposition and the knockdown.
Now Mirko, the plus frames of 2-1-2. In fact, I actually really like him meeting on Wake Up with the 2-1-2, knowing that you're about to stand up. So unless you Flawless Block it then and there, you're not going to be able to do much about the plus frames, especially in the corner. He's pushing forward once more. Grab's looking good. Kick throw.
Yeah, very strong. Getting that from your back one as well.
Man, I mean, one of the only buttons in the game that ticks like that. I think Fujin's back one is very similar, but What an insanely strong tool it is. You have the walk up down 3. Man's trying to be tricky out here.
Really is. Mirko right now, he's definitely working on something. He has an exceptional health lead, but the flawless block up to building back a tiny bit of life is Raichu.
Oh, the stagger game. Disgusting. The flawless block, but no meter to up to it. Oh, and he gets the perfect all out on the wake-up roll. Yo, let's check out Mirko here. The reactions, the pace. I love that play near the end as well. Calling out, like using strings where it's like, you can flawless block now, but why do I have to care? You've not got the meter to up to. So the risk is gone.
Mirko is just, you know, when he has someone in the corner, he makes his stagger game that much more threatening because he's good. His movement is good. And the ability to constantly, you know, make people's down ones whiff. It's like Shades of Fujin almost, right? Being able to just control space so much that you're scaring your opponent in what to do when it comes to just alleviating that pressure. Because obviously they know that, you know, not all these staggers are going to be plus. They're not all real. But they are still so threatening because of how Mirko's using them.
It's things like standing 2 stagger, because it leads... There's so much threat on what comes next that it opens up some other stagger situations, right? You look at the 2-1 being slightly plus. So staggering 2 into 2-1. Hey, that's just 1 extra hit of chip damage, right? And more unpredictability that if I'm looking to go for something afterwards, it just puts the constant respect onto it. And Raichu, a very respectful player, but also the reactions to really pay off. And you'll notice Mirko dedicating to so many more strings with gaps once he knows that Raichu hasn't got meter to up to.
Yeah, definitely. Good presence of mind as well, just acknowledging that situation. But the 1-1 stagger gets the forward throw as well. I actually didn't get a chance to see the loadouts over there from Raichu. I believe this is a different variation, but it could just be it's the same variation.
It just looks a bit different. It's just a different color, isn't it?
It's just it's just like the away version of the same skin.
Exactly, and we are away. Goro's lair, but it's going to be a nice catch. Just in case you try and break away, Raichu trying to get some good damage there, but Mirko going to hold on to it with Punish, and Retribution keeps them standing.
I love that.
I've asked Raichu before why he uses it instead of Boiling Point, and the fact that it restands. Oh, okay, wait a minute. I'll talk about this later because he's not going to quite Fatal Blow. I think it would have scaled too much.
Yeah, I think you're right over there. Now, guess for game situation blocks the back 3, gets the throw. Now, this is really either player's round to win over there.
Oh, he dedicates! He dedicates jump in teleport. I mean, he had meter to amplify it, so Raichu, I think that teleport would have done the first hit, and then the amplify would have been guaranteed at the end. But just to go back on what I was saying, he uses Retribution instead because he really likes how much easier it can be to combo, but more importantly, the fact that, look, it's a restand. It's a restand that leaves you in a good situation. Now, speaking of good situations, how about a crushing blow, counter hit? Yo, Mirko making Raichu just be like, I'm point blank, I'm doing what I want. Lovely punish.
That was that down 2 straight away from Mirko. He's going to cash out in big damage over here. 422, gets that spear buff active, but a punish straight away from Raichu. Checked with the overhead. Raichu sitting on the fatal blow, but this is gonna hurt.
Dude, you look at that down 2 out of nowhere, there was that slight delay into, oh, good lordy. Oh god, that was so sick. You're so used to him doing trip guards on your jump in, he just goes in for a grab because he knows it's a scary option.
Exactly.
Wow, okay. I think, Vulcan, we're gonna see a character change. I feel it. Surely not Scarlet after 2-0.
I feel like a lot of it could just be down to, yeah, maybe Raichu would feel like picking a different character. But in this situation, I feel like Mirko is just asphyxiating him with how he's moving, how he's pressing these buttons. And it seems a little bit, overwhelming. The damage trade-off is not really something that's too much of a factor. But he's going to be rocking the Scarlet, it seems.
Oh, but this one is a different variation. Now, the Scarlet, there are many different characters you could pick, and I'm definitely not here to doubt Raichu's character choices.
Yeah,
you normally see someone that plays loads of characters off of 2-0 will then change. The variation change with the Red Rain. Here we go. So we have the Teleport, the Red Rain, and this time the Siphon.
Now that's interesting, very interesting, because that can work as a pretty good option against how much Mirko likes to jump.
Shout out to the Ultimate MK3 skin, always. Ultimate MK3. I really want Rain to have one. I want it so bad. It's all I want for Christmas. Anyway, back into this matchup, of which Mirko is absolutely demolishing. Raichu hasn't had a chance to really showcase any Scarlet so far.
It's very true, but right now, he's living and dying by this pick. Right, and a 16% throw. Mirko right now. Oh, the micro duck right there, getting a little bit of health back from the
There's definitely one element here, though, Falcon, is the healing. You have the heal from the Blood Ball, you have the heal from the Siphon, but is it going to even exist here? Because he's so close. Fatal Blow is available, yeah, sure, but look how much work he's got to do.
Oh my
max
goodness.
range Siphon. Oh, and he just neutral jumps out of it.
I mean, Mirko has been challenging these minimal plus framed restands so much. We saw him doing it so much against Asadamati as well. Right here, you know, not afraid to just jump out of like the +4 that it has.
Down 4. Oh, that's really bad news. Oh, no defensive bar. This is just not working out at all for Raichu. You're not used to seeing him lose in this manner. Mirko just has the lock on things. Forward 3-4. No whiff punishment, because guess what? Second hit. Oh, get hit by it.
Yeah, Mirko looking like an absolute animal in this top 8 so far. Another forward throw tacking on this extra damage on set point as well. Oh my god, another jump in to stuff the wake-up attack.
And he's buffed as well.
He is. That is big damage right there. 316 throw tech from Raichu. Nice little whiff punish. Gets some health back from that and a little bit of damage.
And a lot of those point-blank situations, right, where it's I press button or you press button, Mirko, never underestimate the speed this guy plays. Now Siphon giving a little bit of healing. And unfortunately, down 1 to challenge instantly. More heals. Man, 2 separate instances to do it. Raichu happy. Using it to almost take the lead, but not quite. We're still in a critical position. Punish. No breakaway.
Definitely Raichu finding his footing a little bit better right now. Has the corner position. Flawless block. And again, flawless block for flawless block. Straight into the fatal blow. Doesn't have enough health, so the scaling does not matter. That is going to get the round for Raichu. Keeps himself alive in this bracket.
Using the fatal blow, very expensive, but in between this round, the important thing is that it's actually building him at least 1 bar here. And that meter is being exclusively used to heal up. It is that combination of Siphon and regular meatless launcher. Really wanted to get the armor break, but didn't quite squeeze it out. He had the perfect call out too. But this will be an easy catch, and we pick it up. Siphon restand, down 1. Now that was entirely because Mirko down 1 the last time. Like, we're playing the layers.
Exactly. He's like trying to just use the fastest button to stop Mirko from challenging. Oh, blows him up for trying to flawless block over there. Risky stuff, but the second time has worked out for him.
This is still match point for Mirko. If Mirko wins this round, it's gonna be Mirko versus Video Games Yo Grand Final. Yo, the Blood Ball. One of those situations, again, where you amplify it on hit just in case. You know, if it hits and you get the healing, great. If not, whatever. The launch again. Down 2 just to get the damage. The wake up up 3. The reversal throw.
It beat the poke. One more jump situation. Oh, that was so scary. But the down 1 beating that helport. Raichu staying alive and taking a point for himself.
Now, let's look at this variation change where the sheer amount of healing that Raichu had in that entire game, it was thoroughly impressive. And a reason why going in with this style of Scarlet, I really love watching players that use different variations that you're just not used to seeing. Like, when's the last time we saw a Scarlet in tournament use the Siphon at all? But it was used at kind of jump distance. Outside of combos, obviously, using it at like that jump distance where a Scorpion player, they always want to move around. They always want to press. Caught him like twice.
Yeah, and I don't really feel like, I don't actually know if it's something that Scorpion can punish at max range as well. You know, like, obviously it would be something that you have to do from grounded, but at the max range that Raichu likes to try and use that Cell Siphon at, that we saw him use it at, I don't actually know if Scorpion could do anything about that.
The Siphon swaps the tentacle, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
What did it? What move does it swap? I can never remember. Is it the Blood Ball, perhaps? I'm thinking out loud here, but I know it swaps out something.
So V2 back when people were just using the preset tournament variations had Blood Tongue and Blood Ball, and Siphon. So I don't think it actually replaces anything. I think it's just an additional move. But I could be wrong. Then.
Proves how much I know about Scarlet, to be honest with you. But my point is that it's just, against Scorpion, it doesn't seem like a bad move either, because the projectile game, it's just not going to fly. And the Siphon, you know, the existence of it letting you kind of brawl at that mid-range, I'm pretty sure he's happy to do it. Speaking of, gets the perfect jump out. And that's a wonderful catch. Speaking of restands, another down 1. This time Mirko trying to challenge and paying the price for it. Dude, these flawless blocks have been off the chain. Both
Did you see him?
sides. Ooh.
Did you see him flicker that block as well? He was looking for it. He was like, "Yep, I'm gonna hit this timing." Oh, and yep, commitment. Raichu playing it really patient, looking like he's taking the momentum back for himself.
Round 2. Fight.
This absolute turnaround. Another launch this time. Mirko forced to use the defensive bar. Air to air though. Late teleport reaction. Good stuff. Amplifies the spear just to keep him in the corner. I mean, it's a worthy trade of that Amplify just to keep them there. The side switching throw for the less obvious approach and maybe even looking for escape failed, but it wasn't quite ready.
Definitely didn't get enough, but that Cell Siphon whiffed. No punish from Mirko. Did not react to it. Escape failed for Raichu though. Scarlet.
Uh-oh.
2 of those crushing blow throw directions. Gonna have to guess, but that back 2.
Lets the whole string rock. That is risky business. But business that's likely to put him onto match point again. And it will. Carry on top, ending it with the corner position. Get in there. Raichu. 2 bars a meter. Escape failed throw. This could still happen. Oh, he looks for it!
Yeah, definitely could. Mirko looking super strong right now, spending that 2-on-2 KB. Raichu now bleeding in this corner, has to try and make his way out, but the down 2, no conversion rather.
That was definitely a bit of a scrambly scenario. That 16% forward throw with the burning spear. God, it does so much damage. The back one, it didn't become anything. Wait a second.
This is
That's
dangerous.
the punish.
Yep, using that Soul Siphon wisely. The 2-1 staggers right now. Raichu's getting staggered on a lot. The Wrath Hammer not gonna work out for Mirko. That was really cheeky as well, because I do think that hits overhead.
Good block there from Raichu. Honestly, blocking for his life because his tournament life is in the balance, but it doesn't matter anymore as Mirko comes off with the clutch against this Scarlet, looking really strong. I mean, that variation change to the Siphon, it did a fair amount of work, but ultimately not enough to get the win here as Mirko just continues to play as out of his mind as we're used to at this point. This guy has so much natural talent, and Scorpion helps that so much as well. The reactions, the speed, the pace he brings forward. And you know, to give Raichu his props, the Scarlet sticking it out all the way through, the variation change definitely seemed like a better result. But this could be the day of Mirko, you know, it really could.
He looks like a guy that really wants to win right now. You know, looking for the back-to-back at this point in time. But Video Games Yo currently is the gatekeeper of that becoming true. And he's sitting in the winner's side, you know, less work. And albeit, you know, Raichu did a fantastic job to make it this far into the tournament. But ultimately, only one will remain after this grand finals. Is there anything you think there is to look out for, you know, in that match catch-up?
Ooh, I mean, there's so many different characters that Video Game Joe could play. It's really hard to say. I think we'll get a clearer idea when we see that first match. But speaking of, before we go into our grand finals, another opportunity to shout out Astro, which is our official audio partner for the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro competition. All of the audio that we are using, all of the, you know, the headsets and stuff is provided by Astro Gaming. If you want to find out information on their products, especially their PS4 products, you can go to astrogaming.com. Thank you very much, you know, for all the support that you've granted MK community and also providing us with the headsets that we're using as we speak. Now, I think it's time for grand finals. Mirko, Video Games Yo. I haven't seen them go head-to-head in tournament actually for some time, so I'm really excited.
Yeah, it's been a while. You know, we tend to see whenever it comes between the British player versus the Italian player, it's always the VGY versus the ASO. But over here, in that stead, we've got Mirko. Now, the crazy thing is, both these guys are very buttons heavy. That is, I think, you know, if you watch VGY play someone like, you know, as we saw Joker earlier on, they're Johnny. It is just a lot of really well-placed buttons and this overwhelming aggression and just making you respect that. Mirko does the same thing. A lot with Scorpion, a lot of staggers and a lot of manipulation of space in order to get the whiff punishes that he's trying to get from you. The staggers are to bait the counter pokes, to get you to try and make a thing, to elicit that reaction, and then they blow you up for it. So when you're watching two players of that same kind of archetype almost go head-to-head in a grand final situation, I just think it's going to be an amazing set that we have before us catch up.
Yeah, Mirko, we've seen two sides of him with Scorpion. We've seen pretty much the main here is the teleport cancel and the burning spear.
Yeah.
Once in a blue moon, under very specific matchup circumstances, we've actually seen him just pick Searing Rage, just straight up Searing Rage, because if you can't punish the death spin, it's like party time.
It's huge amounts of chip damage with that spear buff.
He's used it against, I only ever see him use it against Kung Lao these days, and the chances of VGY picking Kung Lao probably slim to none. So I don't think we have to worry about that one too much. But I mean, look, we saw the Joker from him. I know he's had a Joker for a very, very long time. You know, even during it was potentially going to be a bit of a secret weapon. I think it's almost been a whole year since Final Combat. Just a month away.
Yeah,
and I know we had that UK boot camp at Mustard's house. And Video Game Joe was there for the duration of that, and was practicing with the Madman Joker quite extensively. And we were talking about it. It's like, this character's really good. The movement's good. The buttons are great. And it was going to be like I said, a bit of a secret weapon, but obviously didn't quite go out that way. No need to dive into that now, but it's always been a character that he's played for a year at least.
Well, it's really interesting that he's bringing the Joker out finally in a competitive setting. It could be a real ace in the sleeve or something like that. But we saw him look very comfortable when playing Joker.
Yo, let's go, Jax!
It's not even gonna matter. You said it right there. Jax is who we're gonna see. I haven't seen VGY play Jax in tournament in a while.
Nah, I tell you what though, Falcon, that Jax is a character that, according to a lot of top players, is well under the radar at the moment. He is a character that a lot of people aren't looking at, but is silently a bit of a machine, a beast. And Video Game Joe bringing this Jax into grand finals, you can make some absolute disgusting variations with this character.
That's true. The extended strings and the quad grab alone present so many take grab opportunities. Very reminiscent of Gunslinger Aaron, I think, in MKX. Where you're guessing between a few different instances at the entire string, but we'll see how he presents it. Back forward two.
I've not seen his Jax in so long, and once upon a time when he played mostly Shao Kahn and Jax on the side, his Jax actually was his most successful character, able to beat the likes of Biohazard and other top level players in Pro Competition Season 1 events. It was the hunker down that allowed all of it to be possible. But now, Supreme, upgraded Ultimate Jax. See what this brings forward.
Now, I have one question to pose about Burning Hammer. Now, Jax's aerial special, is that a base move? Because we love to see him do that. But the jump kick OS has been presented since, Celtic. And I assume that he would be getting that like all the time off the jump kicks.
I believe it is like that kind of air slam. It is a move you have to take because Hunker Down had it. But it's not really something a lot of people take these days. And again, I haven't seen Jax in a long time, so, I think my lack of Jax knowledge will probably come through anyway. The trip guard into Fatal Blow.
Goodness. Please. Very antsy jump kick right there. I could tell VGY wanted to get a trip situation with the two fireballs, but it wasn't enough. It got through the final defensive bar, and Mirko clutching out the round. Can you believe that was only round one catch-up?
I mean, Mirko, he has to reset this bracket, so we could have lots and lots of games to work with yet. Or we could see a 3-0 from Video Game Joe. There's still potential for it. The way Mirko's playing doesn't look likely so far. These back threes, all of them coming through, giving him that burning spear. No flawless block either. GY trying to stay nice and safe. Now, Jax, he's always been a character that has been so heavily focused on momentum and needing to open you up a lot more than other characters. Yeah, it's always been what has been considered his drawback. He's momentum heavy, and if he has crushing blows, he can delete. But he needs to keep you guessing.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to have to do a bit of the build-up first. There's a little bit of heavy lifting involved, but once he has the momentum, he's definitely a destructive machine.
Never forget that mid, too. That forward three. Good God. One of the best mids in the game, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Sticking it out again. Going for it another time. Risky business! And that will be a crushing blow throw. Damage over time into no defensive bar. Yeah, nothing he can do about that. Now, that was simply game one. Video Game Joe has been known in the past to go with these unorthodox picks with the, I think, the winner's side comfort zone of a grand finals.
Yeah,
an opportunity to kind of express himself a little bit.
Definitely. I think that, VGY has characters that he definitely enjoys playing. They might not be hot topic characters, or they might not be the, I guess, widely considered to be good or the best characters. We know he loves Shao Kahn, but chances of him picking Shao Kahn, probably next to none in a grand finals situation. But knowing him as a person, it's, something you could very well consider if he has the few games to play with on the winner's side. But we're going to see the Johnny Cage instead of the Jax this time, a character that we have seen VGY just tear people apart with.
Okay, so the difference here, actually, obviously shouts to Lyndon Ashby always, is that he's got the low force ball instead of the what was I talking about before? I'm so stupid. I forget what move Johnny Cage. Oh yeah, pissed off.
Is it pissed off? Yeah, the armor breaker.
It is. I'm like, there's a move there that I always see. Why can't I remember it? But yeah, so it's the low force ball instead, which really intrigues me.
Well,
Something that you
9
see a
frame
lot
mid
with Cage.
projectile, right? I think he's going to use it to establish the space a little bit more, as opposed to the high force ball, which is near enough the same speed, but it doesn't have that same property.
Video game show, Johnny Cage, always been one of his better characters, absolutely. His movement with this character is ridiculous, but Mirko, man, this guy is playing at a speed that sometimes only comes from him when it comes to Scorpion in general. This guy plays at a million miles an hour of the
What a
air-to-air.
player to match that speed as well with VGY as he cashes out over there. Big damage and gets the down forward check to close out that round. Looking like an entirely different player right now. A lot more comfortable.
Air-to-air. That air-to-air was delicious as well. Going into that amplified low force ball, still get the pickup afterwards.
Yep.
This is where things are upped a little bit. Lovely flawless block up 2 on the jump kick. Yo, flawless blocks on jump-ins is something that we're starting to see so much more in the current meta. I remember when they were first out, people were like, nah, there's no way people do them consistently.
Well,
2 years later, think again.
I feel like the patch made them a little bit easier to do because you can duck and stand into them, right?
It makes them more important now too. The fact that flawless blocking jump-ins can't special cancel them and everything else, so important.
And that big Johnny damage in the corner, but then down 2. I think he might have tried to do a little forward dash buffer into it, but it didn't happen. Right there, Mirko taking full advantage of the situation.
Down 4, trying to stay a little bit safer. Yeah, 1-1-2 with Scorpion, a very popular flawless block bait situation. And a flawless fatal blow.
Oh my goodness, he held it too long! He definitely tried to cancel into shades right there, I'm sure. Oh, the neutral jump not gonna work out.
But he didn't have the meter. Mirko didn't have the meter to up 2. He'd just spent it all. And that will be a 1-1.
Video games, looking a lot, he's played Johnny Cage so much, right? But honestly, I don't actually know how much time VGY has been putting into Jax lately. So maybe that was just, testing the waters or just trying something new. But
personally, I think the Jax was a bit of a cheeky pick. I think it was... You probably don't forget how to play a lot of characters that you've used for so long. So I always know that he's going to have that kind of Jax muscle memory. But I think that was, I've got a winner's side. He's the kind of player that will be like, I've got winner's side advantage. I'm in a grand finals. He tries to kind of please the crowd a little bit. I've no doubt he's a prominent streamer, right? So I'm sure a lot of
true
people
to the
like,
Shao
hey,
Kahn
Jax.
style, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he's won one of these pro comp events. He defeated Omega K in the grand finals of the very first week, if I recall. It was Shao Kahn versus Kotal Kahn grand finals. That was so sick.
It is hype seeing the clash of the titans in that way. But once again, video games, in the grand finals position. Mirko's been, as you touched upon before these guys started playing, has been doing a lot of damage in the open series, but we don't see VGY in the open series. So it's almost like because they play so similar, we're now seeing the character that I do, see playing this style, this very buttons heavy style, and very just orientated round the jump game, round the poke game, round the spacing and all that stuff with VGY playing the Johnny. But we are at 1-1, less work for VGY, a bit more heavy lifting on the side of Mirko.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is where things get interesting. Both players incredibly seasoned in the tournament, so I definitely think that when it comes to endurance, they're going to be just fine. VGY, 2 games away and the tournament's done. Mirko hasn't even reached that halfway point yet. But he has to think about it so far. Spends the throw crushing blow because it gives him a good opportunity to win this round, but losing the round now after using the throw is going to be quite the loss.
I definitely agree, VGY sitting on that fatal blow as well. We all know how dangerous that is if he finds the hit. Oh my goodness, the down 2, but no KB.
Fatal blow. He just isn't using the cancel at all. Oh, and the anti-cross-up is so clean. Video Games Yo winning the round after Scorpion's throw crushing blow is gone. That one hurts.
It really does. Came back to bite. Mirko's behind in the jump right there. Oh, flawless block reversal straight away. Mirko cashing out on the damage. Keeps him standing, goes for that forward throw. I like how he's incorporating the throw, the down 3, and the back 3. Straight off that stand for restand, just to keep people guessing.
Ooh, low force ball out of nowhere. Cheeky play there. Mirko. Back 2 into the teleport cancel.
Oh,
no, he got
goodness.
vacuumed into that one.
He really did, but it's not often you see Mirko whiff a throw. Just like that, VGY took maximum opportunity. Getting real comfortable right now. Shadow kick.
Oh, good thing Mirko didn't overcommit to that forward 4. That was a whiff punish with his name on it. Lovely teleport reaction. He's trying to get the breaker.
The after image saying sayonara to that force ball as he trades sides. But he has his back in the corner right now. He does have the defensive bar. Oh, not anymore. Gonna keep his back in the corner. Scary stuff, but he has the fatal blow. In the air-to-air. No breakaway. That is that. Video games yo now. With a really, you know, a favorable position. Because Mirko now can't afford to make any mistakes.
This is a situation now where it's like the Cage is clearly, excuse me, a bit more refined than the Jax currently. It's a character that you always know that Video Game Joe has been working on, you know, just passively. And the fact that he's got these...
Yeah.
Cage is always a really good character if you just have those rock-solid fundamentals, which we know that Video Game Joe, you know, kind of does. He's played Mortal Kombat.
You need to know how to work around the fact that your mids aren't always going to be much of a factor, I think. And VGY is, you know, good at using Johnny's strong points. You know, things that people don't like to be on the receiving end of. The jump 2s, the down 4s, stand 1-2, stand 2, various things like this, just to constantly keep Mirko in this kind of tight space where he's not allowed to move as freely as he wants to.
Being able to just put a lid on it, really. Mirko often in tournament, I always talk about the speed he brings forward, and the best players that can take him out are the ones that can kind of contain that mayhem. He's a very chaotic, like, there's a lot of fundamentals here for Mirko, but he's a very chaotic player. And, you know, characters and players that are able to understand that going into a match and just being ready for all of these just crazy plays and crazy decisions gives you the best chance, but that kind of player is hard to come by at this tournament level capacity.
Definitely. A swift throw escape as well. No teleport right there, but speaking of teleport, Mirko gets the breakaway from Video Games, yo. We're on tournament match right here for VGY. Mirko still has to win 2 more. That empty jump forward throw going to be a nice chunk of damage for him.
Another teleport, and it's going to be good for Mirko. We're going to amplify just to keep the plus frame standing situation. Flawless block, but it's the 1-2. Didn't have meter to up 2. Just trying to shut down some chip, perhaps. Yo, plus frames into down 1 escape. Not a bad play. Oh, the double dash into more pressure. Escape failed. It's good too.
Yeah, and a reaction straight away on that force ball. Not even going to work out. Get it to back throw into the corner. Has the crushing blow now as well to play with in this round should he need it. Has the fatal blow as well. The Video Games not looking too worried right now. Throw tech from Mirko.
Another instant air teleport. Oh, I'm just getting nostalgic over MK9, to be honest. Mirko got the execution on lock and a free burning spear buff. He's looking really good in this game so far. Oh, no teleport there. A bit too close.
Definitely is. I would like to see VGY use that force ball like he just has been at that slightly closer space to eliminate some of that reaction time that Mirko has. Right here, keeping him honest, keeps him in the corner. Mirko trying to fish for something. There's the throw. Is he going to spend the KB? Yes, he is.
Important time now because he's going to get damage over time. The meaty jump in to kind of mess it up.
Oh my
Johnny Cage
goodness.
is up too. I wish I could say that was the first time I've seen that happen to Cage, but it really isn't. And that's going to be the game here for Mirko. Yo, we're going into a game 5. This is reset versus tournament point.
That was incredibly sad for Video Games Yo, who, you know, made the right call over there, but ultimately Mirko came out on top in that game. Like you said, we are now in that, you know, game 5 situation. We've been down this road many times throughout all of today, whether it be EU East or EU West. But over here, Mirko has honestly, the momentum that this guy has been building throughout the entire top 8 so far has been insane. He's made this really, really strong losers bracket run all the way through until this point. And Video Games Yo has just seemed very dominant regardless of who he's played. But this last game, pretty, it's hard to call. It's hard to call. Both players have had excellent showings just throughout.
Now, this is a critical moment. Video Game Joe wasting no time, going straight back in for the Johnny Cage. The confidence to win the match. I think was a bit too eager, maybe a little bit autopilot in that previous game. The amount of reactionary teleports he ate, he really was not showing enough respect to Mirko's reaction. Yeah. I feel like that's the last time he disrespects the reactions in this potential final game. Video Game Joe wins this game, the tournament's over. Mirko gets it. We're only halfway through.
Just like that, Video Games Yo. Found a few hits, not the most damage, but that KB is going to start evening things out. He doesn't have the breakaway.
God, that's going to hurt. And he amplifies it just to keep the forward side.
Mirko's got mind games with flawless blocks off the back three. He's got micro ducks on highs, and he's got throw techs when you try and throw. Like, what defensive options doesn't he have that he's just ready for? But right now, Video Games Yo,
very slippery player.
For sure. Oh, that could have been big. Just seeing a potential confirm. Missed it. The health bars have been evened out. Already catch up. Now in the favor of VGY.
The delayed down one. Okay, hang on a minute. And now the fatal blow is ready. And that is one thing that is making me interested for Video Game Joe is on tournament point, by the way. But still, when he has fatal blow, he doesn't cancel it the second he does something on block. He actually rarely uses the cancel up until it's gonna win the round. And that's when he pulls the trigger on it. You don't see a lot of Cage players be that reserved with their fatal blow cancel.
I think he's acknowledging the fact that they're not like, grossly plus to a point where you can just get away with using them. I think because Mirko is a very, reactionary player, a very knowledgeable player as well, he's expecting that to just be reacted to be challenged and things like that. He's trying to find the right timing to let that rock.
We could very well be going into a final round scenario here, but Video Game Joe, the throw techs have been 2 out of this world so far. Wow, the whiff throw. Either way, no punish. Definitely, no one was ready for that. Surely not.
Definitely not. The escape failed as well for Mirko. Using these back jumps over there to fish. No shades, KB. Doesn't want to spend it this early. Has the fatal blow cancel to work with later in the round. Great air to air as well. Gonna spend the bar on the confirm.
By the time the combo ends, he has another cancel available. Mirko with 4 bars of defensive meter does the wake up 3, but it's going to be the hard read all the way through. Mirko hits the up 3, he tries to grab, and a classic jump out is going to win the whole tournament. Video Game Joe going in with the cage at the last minute. Able to take yet another first place here. It does kind of just seem like Video Game Joe and Raichu, they are our constant champions, but Mirko, got to give him his props and shout-outs that he's been an avid grinder, especially recently. Open Series, Pro Comp, he's been there, winning tournaments, getting grand finals. Absolutely one of the best players in Europe right now.
For sure. Definitely carrying the hopes of all his fellow Italian players, also representing in the bracket, and doing an excellent job of making second this time around. That's an incredible showing, though. Getting first and then getting second is pretty ridiculous, because now he's just amassed so much points that he was already in the 5th place position with the 350 he won from the first. He's now just added an extra 200, I think 260 from the 2nd place. So he's looking pretty comfortable for these regional finals. Doesn't have much to worry about. But Video Games Yo held it down, gave us the performance that we pretty much expected from him, displaying an incredibly strong Johnny Cage.
It's just a really impressive showing to me because Video Game Joe continuing to just prove how much his hard work is paying off because he's been such a rising star in Europe. Now it is both he and his brother, Raichu, and they've kind of together been able to really become these next level tournament players. And Mirko, it's great to see his growth as well. From the community cups of Mortal Kombat X into the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition, he's gone from strength to strength and is definitely this side of the world's best Scorpion player. But that is going to be, folks, unfortunately, all we have time for. And that's going to be the end of things for this week, but don't worry, the Pro Competition will be continuing for North America, Liga Latina, we have Intercontinental, and the fact that PS4 tournaments continues, whether it's going to be the Pro Competition, whether it's going to be the Open Series, it's all done through compete.com. PlayStation.com, the one-stop shop. It is an easy, self-explanatory process. You need a console, connection to the internet, and the game. That's it. And then you can start to play. You can see it here in the videos. It's all done automatically. And honestly, it couldn't be easier to compete these days.
It definitely couldn't. Being able to do all of this stuff incredibly accessible. Competitive fighting games have come a long way since, we were playing from way back when. They've definitely developed a lot, and I think that people, you have a great series of opportunities before you to just get involved in and get yourself, just delve into the world of competitive Mortal Kombat.
So, thank you all very much for watching. Thank you so much to all the support, whether it's Astro, whether it's PS4 Tournament, Sony, NetherRealm, all that good stuff, the hard-working production team behind the scenes, yourself and Mitsuones for joining me on the mic. It's been a fun day, a good day of Mortal Kombat, and we will see you in Open Series and continued pro competition broadcasts, North America, Liga Latina, Intercontinental. Get involved, compete.playstation.com. My name has been Ketchup, joined by Falcon. Thank you so much. Take care, and good night.